What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Yo, yo, we got DJ Fitz. What up? What up? What up? What's up, Lisa? And I think it was Ashley. Ashley got a membership. Thank you for the membership, Ashley. And Tanya, thank you for the upgrade of your membership as well. You already know you guys are fucking top tier for that shit. Hold on, let me see what's going on in the chat real quick. Welcome in to everybody. We got Mark in here. We got the moderators. We got Mark. We got Lisa. We got Marley. I think I saw Marley earlier. Welcome in as well, Marley. To all the moderators. Chat's blowing up. Crazy. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Welcome in. I love y'all. You're so fun and so funny. Well, Rare Arrow, I appreciate you. Shout out Rare Arrow, man. Shit. It's a rare comment from a rare arrow. No, I'm playing. Thank you so much. Welcome into everybody. Thank you for the gift. The fuck? Nakasi? Did I say that wrong? Thank you for the gift, everybody. Alicia, Alice Hill. Thank you for the goal as well. Welcome into everybody. Hello, hello. We got Miss Doubtfire. Yo, Miss Doubtfire's been a has been a member here for a minute with the Mrs. Doubtfire image. Hilarious. Welcome in, Miss Doubtfire. I recognize you. I I definitely recognize you. Chat's going crazy, bro. The Shiznits, welcome in. Gosh, darn it. It's been a minute. The Shiznits. You said 28-month membership here, yo. Thank you so much, the Shiznit. Going crazy. Love to see you in here. Love to see you in here. Love to see you in here. SJ in the house. Welcome in, SJ. We have Anna with a $10 super chat. You said 2 nights in a row. Thank you. Listen, I told y'all we was going to have. I did not expect to have this. Well, I'm not even talking about our topic yet. I'm pretty sure all of you kind of can assume what we're about to be talking about. But I was not expecting to be doing Mackenzie Shirilla again tonight. But hey, you know, you get what you get. You get what you get. The family can't help themselves. Just a quick spoiler for those of you who don't know, we have a few hundred people. Natalie Shirilla did another interview, and this time she did it with Chris Cuomo. She said, "You know what? Low test Steve didn't do a good job. I'm a lock in and I'm gonna do it for him. Round 2, motherfucker." That's what she said, bro. And I'm all here for it. I am all ears for it. We have another Chris Cuomo interview, not with Steve, not a rerun, but with Natalie Shirilla herself. Bro, you can't make this shit up. When I tell you unemployable is not the word, I'm talking like worse than unemployable. These folks, listen, I hope y'all have your retirement set out. I hope you have your retirement set out because this image, you're not going to get this image out of people's minds very soon. You're not. I'm sorry to tell you, you're not. And I'm not making it any worse than it already is. This shit is fucked. Somebody said appeal denied. Thank you for the flower. Thank you for all the gifts, everybody, all the super chats. You said no way, AG. I'm telling you, bro. Natalie trying to damage control. It feels like that. It feels that way. I do have to give credit where credit is due. She doesn't overtalk as much as Steve does, but she's twice the delusional. So it's like there's a give and take there. Appeal denied. Appeal denied. Shit. Hold on. We got mad super chats in here. Sophia Love Bubblegum. Sophia loves bubblegum. Thank you for the $50 super chat. Going crazy, man. Everybody throw pink hearts out for Sophia. We appreciate you. You said Natalie's loving the attention. You want to feel like that's the reality, right? You want to feel like that's the reality. She loves that shit. Hold on, we have Raquel Hold on, Raquel. I'm not gonna try the last name. Everybody shout out Raquel with the $20 super chat. No, listen, the past 2 super chatters didn't say shit. Make sure y'all say something at least. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. Sophia, Raquel, appreciate y'all. Anna, thank you so much. We have a gifted member by Manifest Kelsey. Thank you so much, Manifest. Who else we got? You said, AG, can I please get some Natalie sound effects? Oh, don't worry. We got a lot of. Listen, hold on now. Hold on. We have a lot of Natalie to get through. Look at all this. We've got a lot of Natalie to get through. No worries. Listen, the jokes are gonna write themselves today, folks. I mean, I've seen a lot of it. I haven't seen all of it. I've seen like 50% of it because I was skipping through. I was skimming, making videos up, down, left, right. But now we get to watch the entire thing if we finish it. You know how it goes on these streams, but I'll try to finish it. And if not, we'll finish it tomorrow. Who else? Hold on. You said, I think I've been a member for 30 months. I'm loyal to HE. Mine, Emma. Minima. Emma, thank you so much for the 100 SEK. Thank you so much, man. Everybody shout her out. Let me just say thank you for the $10. Emma, shout her out, everybody. All right, anyways, all right, welcome in. We're going to get into this thing. We got a lot to get through, man. Let's do it. You said, hello, Mad Happy. YouTube sent me your way. Your Steve Test Stephanie impression is hella comical. Man, listen, this shit is, like I said, the jokes write themselves, bro. Thank you so much, man. Mom interrupted. You said, Kinsey, no. Let's get it. Let's do it.
Why this happened. The prosecution says, yeah, we do.
I kind of skipped up a little bit. Hold on. This shit's funny. Hold on. Let's do it. Let's fucking go.
She wanted to kill them. But doesn't that mean she wanted to kill herself? Is there anything about this that reasonably would make you believe that she only wanted to kill them? Right? So she'd have to be suicidal. I believe that this is the fatal flaw of this case. And it falls ultimately on Mackenzie Shirilla. Personally, because she says she doesn't remember anything, but also by proxy because it's her counsel that didn't argue diminished capacity from the THC, which everybody knew was in her system in very significant levels. And there was some doubt about the sample and how it was preserved by the hospital, which only would have helped fuel reasonable doubt because you could have made assumptions off of it that would have been hard to counter.
Listen, there's no such thing as, they didn't argue diminished capacity because there was no diminished capacity. Like, fuck all of that. And I mean, a good attorney, I'll be honest, the good attorney probably should have done that. I don't know. I'm going to be real with you. I don't know what the fuck their attorney was doing. Let's keep it real. But the THC levels don't mean shit, bro. I smoke weed every day or every other day, or I smoke a lot of weed. Does that mean I have diminished capacity if I crash my car when I'm sober driving? The shit's in my bloodstream. It's not a good test to begin with. Why would they enter that as evidence? That's all I'm saying. But anyways, he's obviously playing devil's advocate, but.
And there was never any explanation of this POTS that was found to be satisfying by the judge.
And again, that's bullshit, but a good attorney probably would have explored that. Their attorney did none of that, which is kind of strange. I'm gonna keep it real with you. It almost felt like that guy wanted her ass to go into jail. I don't know. Maybe he was just really shitty. You said weed doesn't impair squat. Man, that doesn't impair shit. And let's be real. Okay, you want to be by the book? Okay, weed impairs you. But I mean, that shit wasn't gonna fly. Weed doesn't, listen, everybody drives spooky on weed. Not spooky, but everybody's a little bit more cautious while they're stoned if they're driving. It's like, ooh, you check your blind spot twice instead of once. You go 35 instead of the speed limit, which is 45. That's some high shit. You don't floor it into a fucking brick wall. So, anyway, let's get back to it. This is way too early to be really discussing this. The interview hasn't even started. Let me just let him talk. He said, all I can say is I was watching this video earlier. I can say the same. Welcome in, Lori. Donna Lou, welcome in. Hello, AG. Just got out the hospital. Glad to be back. Welcome back, Donna.
As when you talk to the parents, you get a very different story.
Here we go.
if only to understand why bench trial? Why no diminished capacity? Why'd you leave the THC alone? Why didn't she testify?
You should have left the THC alone because that's a stupid defense. But the pots, you should have definitely explored that if you wanted just anything. If you wanted to fight that attorney, I don't know if he was just bored or if he was tired or what happened, but their attorney really didn't give a fuck. Looking for, looking forward to you tell Natalie to shut the fuck up for a straight hour. Jennifer, welcome. Princess T Dot, thank you for the gift. And Joanne, thank you for the gift as well. Shout
Why
y'all
hasn't
out.
she been hypnotized to try to recall it? There's a lot going on in addition to what would be valuable to the ongoing dialogue about this case, which is what? Who is she? What's she about? So when I interviewed Steve Shirilla, there was a voice off camera.
Yes, this is live, Julie. Julie, Maori 4261. This is live. We are live. Everybody, we're live. This is not pre-recorded. Somebody got mad at me somebody got mad at me because I left the live stream public, and they're like, "Man, you really paused too much." I was like, "Bro, this was a live stream. This is a VOD, not a." We're live, everybody. Everybody hit the like button as well.
Chiding him, giving him direction, filling in facts for him was his wife, Natalie. Now, I did not exclude Natalie from the conversation. A lot of you have accused me of mansplaining, and I only wanted to talk to the guy. That's not the case.
You
So,
misogynist,
Natalie Shirilla joins us right now
mansplainer,
to give us new.
you gaslighter. Who the fuck was even saying that though? Whoever said that was hella. That must have been somebody from TikTok if they were saying he was mansplaining the situation and cornering her into the section. Like what? Bro, Chris wants you to talk because then he has more ammo to destroy you with. That's the whole idea.
And certainly in everything I've reviewed, fresh perspective on what happened before that night, what happened during the trial, and what has happened since. And it is important perspective, if only to have a better understanding of what the possibilities are here about why this happened. And of course, a little bit of an understanding of what's going to happen next. Here's Natalie Shirilla, mother of Mackenzie Shirilla.
Mother of a murderer. Okay, that was a cool little intro. Lori, thank you for the big 20. Lori going crazy in this bitch. Everybody show some love to Lori and show some love to all the gifters out here. Man, love y'all. And to all the viewers, welcome in. We have 1,087 people. Hit the like button, show some love. Grab yourself a tea. Get yourself a beverage. This is about to be a long one.
Natalie Shirilla, thank you very much for taking the opportunity to join us.
Thank you for having me.
Let me just clear something up here because you know how in this space, everybody's got a conspiracy theory. Just to be clear, when I was interviewing your husband, you were in the background paying attention. Just to be clear, you've always been invited. I didn't like box you out or just want your husband to speak for you or anything like that. Can you just assure people in the audience of that?
No, I knew that. I wasn't camera ready, so I wasn't
Mhm.
sure
Look at her eyes after she does her little head twitch.
if I didn't know if that was like his thing or I knew that I could always come on, but I was not camera.
That was the thumbnail right there. The second I saw those eyes, I knew that was the thumbnail.
I didn't know if that was like his thing or I knew that I could always come on, but I was not.
That's a wild woman right there. That's a wild lady. The look in those eyes, it's all in the eyes, everybody. It's all in the eyes. That is an unhinged woman. Allegedly. Allegedly, of course, you know. I don't know her. But allegedly, that is an unhinged woman right there. She is just as capable as Mackenzie is. I promise you that. And what do I mean by that? I mean, fill in the blanks, but I'll say it again. She is just as capable as Mackenzie is. I'll stand on that hill. Fill in the blank. Shit. Become a member, or what are you doing with your life? Appreciate you, Dirty Kinso. Hell yeah. What you doing if you're not a member? Love me some AG. Marcy, appreciate you. Hold on. We got a big super chat. You said Steve, a puppeteer. I knew she couldn't help herself from being on TV. These two shitty parents are responsible for a monster that took Dom Davion out the world. DK, thank you for the 20. Listen, she couldn't help herself.
Camera ready at all.
She said, "Listen, I'm ready for Chris. I did the JFK podcast with Kevy Kev." Right? Kevy Kev gave me a super chat the other day. He sent me $20. Same Kevy Kev from JFK. I go. I fuck with Kevy Kev. She said she said she went on the JFK podcast with that guy and she was ready for Chris Cuomo. I love it.
I wasn't camera ready, so I wasn't sure if I didn't know if that was like his thing or I knew that I could always come on, but I was not camera ready at all.
People picked up on the fact that, look, you have an excellent grasp of what's going on. Obviously, emotionally, you're incredibly conflicted because this is your daughter. But I had a number of people say to me, oh, so she can't speak? Only the husband, only man to man? And that couldn't be less the case. So I am very happy to have you here and be giving you the opportunity, this platform. And what I think is really interesting.
He said, I want to look my best while talking about murder. Bro, I'm telling you, gang. I mean, she wasn't camera ready, guys. I mean,
Your man had a number.
What are you gonna? She wasn't camera ready. What can I do about that?
Number of people say to me, "Oh, so she can't speak? Only the husband, only man to man," and that couldn't be less the case. So I am very happy to have you here and be giving you the opportunity, this platform. And what I think is really interesting here is that you believe that people have a fundamental misunderstanding, not just of how this case went, but who your daughter is. Do I have that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So
that right there. What the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? And this is the same shit that it was the same thing with the Carmelo situation when his dad was like, they were asking him a question and he was like, yeah, you know, yeah, I agree. Like there's no conviction behind it. There's no fire. This bitch don't even believe her own lies. I mean, this young woman. I mean, this mid-aged, this lovely young lady doesn't even believe her own fucking lies. Listen to this shit again.
But who your daughter is.
Everybody has a fundamental misunderstanding of who your daughter is, right, Natalie? After 30 other body cams of Mackenzie dealing with the police are released, and it's kind of hard to just lie in people's faces anymore. You see Natalie with the, yeah. Man, that shit's not convincing.
Do I have that right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay. All right,
so
Nats.
Let's start with the first one. How do they have who your daughter is wrong?
The best way I can describe it is like, would you want to be judged on one, your worst moments, two, challenges that you were dealing with in your life, you know, situations that you were trying to learn how to navigate at a super, super young age. You're not really sure how to do it or if you're even doing it right, maybe stumbling through things. No, you know, life is full of all kinds of challenges and everything. And you surround yourself with good people that can help you get through those things. And then hopefully you grow through those moments and figure out how to do better and be better next time. But she was I'm going to cry again.
Oh my God, you're going to cry? Oh my God.
But it's hard because she
Oh my God,
is like a young teen.
Hold on, stop. I'm glad we can pause it to keep her from crying. She's going to, hold on. Let's get everybody hold each other's hands. Everybody hold hands, please. Everybody hold hands. If someone's next to you, hold their hands right now. We're going to get through this. Let's do this.
And then hopefully you grow through those moments and figure out how to do better and be better next time. But she was I'm going to cry again. She was so little.
Oh my God, she was so little.
It's hard because she is like a young teenager who's going through.
Listen, this is the bull fucking shit that Natalie Shirilla said. Well, she basically, I had even wrote it down. It was because it was a phrasing. It was for my video. But basically what she's saying is a good person can have a bad day. And you can't judge that good person off of a bad day. Does it mean a good person having a bad day is a bad person, or is it just that a good person having a bad day? You can't call murdering 2 people a good person just having a shitty day. It was like, AG Tactical, he's a cool guy, but I saw him on camera cussing out one of his fans, but he's a good guy, but he was just having a bad day. You can't say that if AG Tactical went into the bar and started shooting everybody up because he was having a bad day. No, we're going to judge you off of that, you crazy bitch. So she's basically equating double homicide to having a bad day. And I feel like that's crazy. I feel like that's kind of fucking crazy. Let's back.
Through those moments, and good people that can help you get through those things, and then
We're good people. You just gotta get through those things. Murder, you just get through it. Listen, she's gonna get through it, all right. It's called 15 years in prison, and she's lucky for that. Shit. You said you're welcome, but you need to learn more about the Anthony case. You got it wrong, in my opinion. I appreciate you for the big 4. I didn't get that case wrong. Shit, we have the footage. I mean, it's grainy as shit, but we get the understanding. But I mean, a lot of people disagree with me, so I mean, I get it. So I mean, we could agree to disagree. We have Carly Renee. You said for Natalie's imitations of fun, for the for the Natalie imitation fund, keep them coming. Carly, thank you for the 5. Shout y'all out, man. Shout y'all out. Let's keep going.
hopefully you grow through those moments and figure out how to do better and be better next time. But she was so, I'm going to cry again. She was
Oh my
so
god.
little.
Oh my. I forgot I backed it up. Sorry, this is the last time I'm backing it up. My bad. I hope everybody's still holding hands in this bitch. Because, we got to get through this together. Everybody hold hands.
That it's hard because she is like a young teenager who's going through, teenage challenge stuff, and that's how she's being judged against, and that's not who she is. You don't be judged on who you are based on the challenges
She was
that you're
so
going through. So
little.
it's kind of unfair.
When you say
She was a 17-year-old girl about to be 18. She was so little. She was about to be at voting age, and she was so little.
challenges that you're going through, help us understand what that means.
So, like situations at school, right, with other kids who are not kind.
Nah, you said no tears yet. Don't worry, she's about to cry. She's not crying yet. She's about to cry. Did she tell a lie? No, she's about to cry. Stop getting on her ass. Okay, it's coming. It might take the entire hour and 54 seconds, but hey, it's coming. Anyone else on a cliffhanger waiting for the tears? Snowflake, see, everybody's tripping on her about these tears. Stop it. Stop it. She's about to cry.
Not kind to her or not kind to her friends or people she loves. She would always kind of insert herself into those situations to defend her friends, and rightfully so. I mean, we all want friends to do that for us,
She was
but then sometimes
she was little because she was anorexic. I mean, whew, that's a big word for Mackenzie. She was too small for that big word. We don't want to accuse her of that big word, okay? She probably just, was looking out for her figure. That's all it was. Not Kins. Was never Kins being unkind though. Well, let's get into it. Let's let her really break into it, because we get into the bullying and all types of shit. We're only at 6 minutes. I think bullying comes in at 7. I have notes. Mackenzie wasn't a bully. Yeah, about 7:44, they start talking about how she's super she starts talking about she's the opposite of a bully. She was Robin Hood of the school, right? Because she saved her duff from bad situations a couple of times. By the way, we have Marcy with 5 gifted memberships, man. Salute to Marcy. Thank you so much. If I don't see no green hearts in the chat, for Marcy, you're a fucking hater.
she would get in trouble for inserting herself into their situations and stuff. So we would kind of talk through those, and it's not that she's not right. It's just you got to follow the chain of command, the proper protocol to get things done and stuff.
It's not that she's not right. Well, if she was right, you don't have to worry about the chain of command, because right is right, wrong is wrong. It's not that she's not right. So you mean to tell me even when she's doing, even when she's getting in trouble with the teachers, you will side with your daughter? I like those green hearts. I like those green hearts. A lot of non-haters in here.
So, I mean, we all want friends to do that for us, you know, but then sometimes she would get in trouble for inserting herself into their situations and stuff. So we would kind of talk through those, and you know, it's not that she's not right. It's
It's not
just
that
you
she.
got to
Oh, I
follow the
hate.
chain of command, the proper
I don't know why I hate that fucking sentence so bad. Like I hate the way she said that. And that's what she instilled into her daughter.
protocol to get things done and stuff. So she was just so little. She's just kind of learning how to be effective in those situations.
Dun, 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 dun.
You know what I hate? Leaving a conversation.
You know what I hate? Having to take a shit in public. And I really just want to go home because I just want to sit down and take a shit and watch social media. All right, let's continue.
The perception of her, which you say is a misperception, is basically informed by this take. You're half right. She was involved in a lot of stuff at school and a lot of drama, but she was the bully. She was the aggressor, and the school told you that. And that's why people.
Nah, shout out Chris Cuomo though, because your boy's trying to get an ad or two. Shit, I ain't tripping. It's just not mine. It's just not my ad. AG Tactical don't have no ads right now, you know? I don't know why. But shit, I ain't tripping. Shit, they just not mine.
Are right to.
Somebody said heli memberships. Nah, man. Shout out all the new members, man. Y'all going crazy in this bitch. Let's keep it going though. We have a lot to get through. I gotta keep time on my mind.
Feel how they feel. What do you make of that?
How can they possibly know that? First of all, and then sometimes there are some teachers at
Wait,
the school.
why are you guys calling them Crispy Cuomo? I'm sorry. I've seen this comment like 15 times already. Why is it like his hair tips? Is it like he has gel tips, or like what? Why you call him? Oh, never mind. It's because he's like red, right? Listen, Chris is living the good life, bro. He's probably hitting that beach and shit. Let's keep going, bro. This said Crispy Cuomo in this bitch.
Who like her strength and they like her spirit, and they try to cultivate that and help her, guide her through doing it and communicating effectively to get that way. There are some teachers that super didn't. There's a lot of teachers that don't appreciate the strength in a child or a younger teenager, and they just want them to kind of fall in line. But there are some teachers that appreciated it. So it just really depends on who you're talking to.
Are they even going to bother to mention the victims? Oh, don't worry, because Natalie's never going to bring up the victim. But Cuomo, listen, he's the got you guy. I don't know if you've seen his coverage on, I forgot what network he was on before he got fired. If I'm not mistaken, then he created his own little thing. You know, he's doing his own thing now. But if you know Chris Cuomo's coverage, he's the gotcha guy. Trust me, he's going to bring up the victim and the victim's family. Tia, thank you for the gift, by the way. Thank you for the flow state. We're flowing.
Talking to a friend that she was sticking up for, then she may be a bully to the other.
He was on CNN? Oh shit. I don't know. I was like, he was on that network. He was on that network. Yeah. You know?
Person. It just depends on who you're talking to.
I understand. Right now I'm talking to her mom. And what I want to make sure is that you know where I'm coming from on this. I'm a pretty open and transparent person in terms of how I practice my journalism. There are a lot of things out there that you say are wrong, and I want to give you the opportunity to address them. So I'm not here to judge you or your answers. As we all know, there are plenty of people who are ready and willing to do that. But I want to make sure that our understanding of this situation.
He meant HE Tactical. He was like, there are plenty of people that are ready and willing to do. He meant HE Tactical. I was actually scrolling through the Chris Cuomo comment section, and there were some people saying, I can't wait to hear HE Tactical's response to this. I was so, it warmed my cold heart. I can't find it. There's too many comments now. But I found like 2-3 comments, and they're like, yeah, can't wait. Oh shit. Hold on. Thank you for the gift, Mary. Mary J, appreciate you for the gift.
benefits from the full complement of perspectives.
Sure.
And what I learned in covering this case and looking at it was until I spoke to your husband,
Yeah.
as informed by your perspective in the background, I had no idea how at odds with the attorney and their strategy you had been. So that's where I'm coming from, that I just want to understand all pieces of this to understand how we got here. So the
Yeah.
next piece of perspective on it is, well, we got here because Mackenzie Shirilla wasn't just a kid experimenting with drugs. This was a heavy duty.
That's a heavy duty. I don't even. Who smokes a blunt that big to the face? That's just obnoxious. You're wasting weed at that point. I had to learn that as a kid. You know what I mean? You smoke what your brain can absorb, my boy. Like smoke what your what your bloodstream can absorb. You're over here smoking big blunts over here, just blowing it up into the atmosphere and shit, just wasting weed. I hate looking at shit like this. Irritates me now. As a kid, I would think that's so cool. I'm pushing 30. I feel like that's dumb. All I see is 3 separate joints that could have lasted a lot longer. But anyway,
Hard hitter, wild child.
yeah, she was a hard hitter, all right. She thought she was a hard hitter. She was just a fucking doofus wasting weed.
Because Mackenzie Shirilla wasn't just a kid experimenting with drugs. This was a heavy duty, hard hitter, wild child. And she, whether that was how she conducted her relationship and how she felt about Dom and how she felt about life and death, this was an extreme.
You said it must be shitty pot. It probably is. I mean, she lives in Ohio, bro. I mean, listen, the best weed comes from Oakland and Oakland alone. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, and I'm not biased either. Just because the best weed in the country comes from Oakland. I'm sorry. She was living in fucking Ohio. Hell, she didn't have good shit. Oh, Possum, thank you for the membership. Shout you out, man. There's no discussion, by the way. There's no discussion about that. The best weed comes from Oakland. Boy Momo. Boy Mo M. Appreciate you with the membership as well. I appreciate you. And Connie for the membership. Not the membership, the gift. I appreciate you, man. Yeah, she was definitely smoking some Reggie Miller.
Personality type who was open to reckless behavior. And that's how we got here. Fair assessment.
You said Michigan weed.
Oh my goodness. No.
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 And fuck no to Colorado. I'm sorry to all my Colorado people, but fuck no. I got there's some shit out, man. Listen, shit, I'll blow your mind away. All my Colorado people. Go out there in Oakland to one of them farms out there. I'm telling you, the sun grown will blow you away. Anyways, that's not the topic. That's not the conversation. Let's keep going.
Let me tell you who Mackenzie is. She loves her family. She loves her friends fiercely.
Mind you, I've smoked weed from both areas, both states. I've smoked weed from a lot of states, and I've smoked a lot of weed in Colorado. Guess what? My mom lives in Colorado. So I do know my way around some Colorado weed. Just saying.
She's an adventurer. She's the friend that you have who will wake up in the morning and wants to seize the day. Like, let's go kayaking, let's go roller skating. It's pretty outside. Let's go hiking. Let's do whatever. She likes to go take pictures. That's, wherever abandoned buildings, like they do, the kids go to all these abandoned buildings, take pictures. She's not reckless. And I know in some of the photos, it does appear that way, but I mean, I've done things as a child that my parents probably wouldn't approved of. I hung around with some friends I probably shouldn't have.
I mean,
did it mean I was reckless? No. It just means I was
It probably meant you were a little reckless, Natalie. Just saying. Both of her parents go off of the philosophy that, you have to touch the hot stove to learn. Bro, be a parent. You can't say that she's just experimenting with life. I mean, sure, you could say that to a certain extent, but you can't when your kid commits murder, you can no longer go and say like, "Oh, she's just experimenting with life." No. At this point, you're the bad parent. Just being honest, bro.
teenager trying to figure life out. So she's not reckless or like a wild child. She was fun. She was vibrant.
She was. I'm gonna try to keep it together. She wasn't reckless or a wild child. She was fun and vibrant. You know what fun and vibrant to a 17-year-old means? That means she's a wild child and fun and vibrant to a 15, 16, 17-year-old means that they're really breaking them rules. Fuck out of here. Fun and
So
vibrant.
she's not reckless or like a wild child. She was fun. She was vibrant.
Reckless and wild child is a synonym to whatever the fuck else she was saying. They're both synonyms. They mean the same thing.
Adventurous. She was
What do-
fun.
What
She
do
was
people
fun.
have?
She was,
Look,
huh? Are you
I
gonna
know
cry,
this is hard for
Natalie?
you, and I know you
Okay.
keep catching yourself
Oh,
talking
she's
about
gonna-
her in the past tense.
She's gonna cry, guys. She's gonna cry. Look, her eyes are welling up. Her eyes are welling up.
And that triggers this paroxysm of pain for you because your daughter's not dead, but the life she had is no more. And I get how hard that is for you. And I sympathize with you on that, and I understand it.
Well, part of me is not crying just because of that. Okay.
Bitch, you're not crying.
Part of me is just crying because her friend
Chris, show her face. Show her face, Chris. Because I want to see her. Chris, I want to show her face, Chris.
people that actually know who we are know the truth. They know who she is.
That bitch is not crying, bro. Get the fuck out of my face, gang. I'm so irritated right now. I swear to God. You said new listener. What the helly? Why does she have a yin yang symbol behind her? Diabolical. Listen, Natalie's trying to be the calm energy collecting sensei of a mother. That's what she's trying to be. And it's not striking. And just like her father wants to wear the boom t-shirt because he's a wacky, cool father who knows about the hip YouTube stuff. They're just weirdos. And they're capable of all types of atrocious behavior, all types of foul war crime like acts. I promise you, this family is capable of a lot more than you would assume. Shit. Allegedly. I was hoping to come home to this alive. Well, welcome in, and thank you for the $2 super chat.
And the image that has been painted of her through storytelling, all this other things, it's not wholly accurate. It's unfortunate.
So part of that is the relationship with Dom. How did you see that? How did you see what are seen as radical ups and downs?
Oh, this is gonna like super make me cry. But one of my
You can't slap women, right? That's like something you're not supposed to do. Okay. No, I'm playing. Oh, this is gonna super make me cry. Okay, Natalie, let's hear it.
Did you see what are seen as radical ups and downs?
Oh, this is gonna like super make me cry. But
okay,
one of my favorite things to do with Mackenzie and Dom was talk to them about their relationship. We spent a lot of time together.
You like to talk about a lot of time about. Did you talk to them about like sex and like when and how and everything about this is weird. Keep going.
Doing everything. We went on vacation together. We like where there was one, the other was there too. So, they were together for 4 years. And they were together the 4 years in a real pivotal time of their age.
Oh, look at them handles right there. I just want to grab those handles. I want to grab those love handles so bad. I just want to be like, "Hey, how you doing, Steve?" and just shake them. Just grab them and shake them. Well, look at LT Steve holding the fucking the I don't know what you call these. The belly. Man, listen. Let's keep going.
Where they were trying to figure life out and who they were. And actually, I'm going to show you a text message that I sent to Dom.
It's like a guy with a bald head. You just want to touch it. You just want to grab his love handles. You said, "Love your show. MDR is the new adventurous." Who's MDR? Oh, murder is the new adventurous. I see what you're saying. ZZ Prout. Thank you so much for the 5, man. I appreciate you. You said black and white for Steve, colorblind quote unquote colorblind friends. Listen, man, this family is nothing but delusional. You said it's a muffin top. He's got himself a steamy big muffin, a freshly baked muffin top. I'm talking well risen with good yeast inside of it. Let's keep going.
We were very, very, very close. And one of my favorite things to do was help them navigate through their relationship. And they knew that they could both come to me for anything if they were struggling with stuff. Hi, I try to call you. You don't
Hi. Oh, she's gonna read it.
have
Okay.
to call me back. I was just thinking about you guys. One of my favorite things to do is watch you guys grow and navigate through your problems together. They're not always fun and it's not always easy, but the point is that you guys grow a little more each time and learn a little bit more about yourselves and each other.
Wait, one of my favorite things to do is to watch you guys grow. This is July 1st, 2022. They're not always fun, and it's always easy. And it's not always easy, but the point is that you guys are okay.
I love you guys. Anyway, that was all. And then he said, nice to think you're always thinking about us and here for us and here for me. I love you too. And thank you. And then I said, always.
Understanding relationships, and obviously they're not adults.
Wow, that's so sweet. You know, the drug dealer, the drug dealer that was taking advantage of your daughter, right? Quote unquote, because that's the story that Steve was running with. Yeah, the drug dealer. He was so sweet. Yeah, you know, I love talking about relationships. They don't have any side to stand on. They're wishy-washy. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They don't know what to say. And you know, one would say, "Shut the fuck up. Don't say anything." But Natalie, ooh, no, 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 no. Oh no. No, Steve. Low test Steve. No, you made us look bad. No, call Chris back. No, call Chris back. I want to do an interview.
Kids, I mean, he's an
Yeah.
adult technically, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Did you believe at the time that the vagaries of their relationship, the drama, was within the realm of normal, or did you see it as a toxic relationship?
Toxic as fuck. She doesn't fucking know because she's in a toxic relationship herself. How the fuck would she know?
No, I didn't see it as a toxic relationship because we did spend so much time together every single day. He was either sleeping here, she was sleeping there. He would come over and make dinner. They made homemade pasta and steaks. So there was none of that. Like I knew that she was going to be, that he was going to take care of her, like keep her safe and like he was very.
You said Natalie's. Natalie is way too into teen drama. This is creepy. No, Steve is way into teen. Both of them are weirdos and way too into teen drama. You said Cuomo's face. Cuomo's face says it all. You know, Cuomo starts to disrespect her toward the end in his own way, but he gets to. And what's funny about it, she doesn't even understand that he's disrespecting her. It's so beautiful. Let's keep going.
Very protective of her.
Mm.
And then I also knew that she was protecting him. So in person, I don't think.
Yo, we have Jennifer 4553 with a gifted membership, man. Shout out Jennifer. We love you. Oh, we have more messages. I'm breaking up with you, Dom says. Mackenzie, you know how much I love and care about you? And I get this. I was trying to make you fucking happy and feel better. Bet you're. She said, bet you're. He said, I'm bipolar. You gotta just not talk to me. And I think he's just bullshitting. He's like, I'm bipolar. You just stop talking to me. I have my own problems. It's not you, it's me type of thing. But no, you make me feel like I'm nothing for no reason. Why do you think I hate myself so much? And then there goes the self-harm. You know, now she wants to, maybe she might do something if I break up with her. I don't want to be responsible for that, do I? He says, you make me feel like if we have, you make me feel like if I have to do, shit. You make me feel like I have to do everything with you or I'm doing something wrong. You think I'm always mad. She says, I fucking hate myself. I'm ugly. And you just make me feel even uglier. Like how can you Leave me and walk. See, do you see how toxic this shit is? But then Natalie's gonna be like, no, no, she's not toxic. No, 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 no. Man, shout out Melly. She covered all these text messages. She's the one who, because I didn't have time to read all that shit. Melly was out here in the trenches reading this shit. Hold on. Let me see if I can find her really fast. Yeah, here she is. Melly, everybody go subscribe to her if you want to see the all the text messages. Melly has gone through all the text messages. I believe she has a whole playlist. She's been covering that shit. But this is just a little snippet. But yet Natalie's saying no, it wasn't toxic. Fuck out of my face.
Sounds toxic in the text messages, but there's no context for those. That's not who they were. And one of the things
You said AG doesn't interrupt his issue. Oh, somebody's. I mean, people always be tripping. Shout you out, Benton. Love you, brother. Who else we got? You said it's your fault. I hate myself. No, that's what she said. Yeah, exactly. Wild work, bro. You said these texts look fake or scripted. No, Wooly. The way they posted them, they look picture perfect. But this is actual evidence. Like there's like 30,000 pages of back and forth text messages. They just don't look as pretty. So Chris Cuomo, for his show, he did the whole cell phone outline with the names and everything's looking all, but this is real evidence. This is not like make believe or AI, or this is real. These are real text messages that the police have or have had. Just to clarify that. Anyways, you said this mom is a bully Mackenzie learned from. Oh, is the bully Mackenzie learned from? I would say so. I would say so myself too. I would agree with you. Let's keep
tell
going.
people is who Dom looks like on paper.
Let me back this up because then she starts blaming Dom. She essentially says that she loved Dom even though he was a bad person. This is what she's about to say. Listen to it.
Him. So in person, I don't think, I know it sounds toxic in the text messages, but there's no context for those. That's not who they were. And one of the things I always tell people is who Dom looks like on paper. Is not who he was to me.
Chris, show her face, Chris. Stop pissing me off because I want to see some tears. Chris, show her face.
Looks like on paper. Is not who he was to me. So what they look like on paper, it's not who they were.
And then you see how she said what he looked like on paper is not who he was to me. And then she changed it real quick and slick on us. She said what they were on paper is not what they were to me. She's trying to group them into the same class. She's trying to say that Mackenzie and Dom were just as bad. No, Natalie, Mackenzie was a demon. Dominic smoked a little bit of weed and maybe sold some. There's a big difference. It's crazy. You said Mackenzie Shirilla is the perfect example of why some animals eat their young. I mean, shit, I would support it if Natalie actually ate her. Unfortunately, that never happened.
Looks like on
That was a joke.
Paper. Is not who he was to me. So what they look like on paper, it's not who they were. It's just not who they were. They were very close.
Hey, the eyes are getting red. The eyes are red. The eyes are red. I like that. Good job. Good job. Good job. You know, but I don't see the stream of tears. Where are the tears? Are you about to cry? I thought you were. It's like a girl lying to you and she's like, oh, I'm coming. And she just lied her ass off because she wanted to make you feel good. That's like what Natalie's doing.
Each other fiercely. They were very cute together. They took care of each other. They wore matching outfits. They timed their day around each other. They made sure that they had each other's food. He cared about her health, and he was trying to work on her. She has POTS, so he was trying to figure out her POTS and her diet. and stuff. So
He
they
was
were
trying to
very
figure
cute
out her.
together. There's no context in those text messages. That was just them trying to figure out how to work through
Oh
these
my god.
situations that they had building up, but that's not who
Hold
they
on. Do we have
were.
more? I'm breaking up with you. You know how much I love you. But no, this is the same shit. The same stuff. Okay, keep going.
I know it's what it looks like, but that's not who they were.
When I talk to you guys, you both bring up this relatively, for most people, obscure medical condition called POTS, which is basically a blood pressure differential, and how that can affect people. You guys talk about it like this was something that was known and ongoing in her life.
You said allergy season. Mackenzie took care of Dom. All right. Jesus, bro. Eating disorder, not POTS. She abused him. They wore matching outfits so they could be toxic. No, they wore matching outfits because that's what Mackenzie wanted, and he didn't have any say so. If he didn't want to wear a matching outfit, Mackenzie was gonna have a meltdown, and he would have had to deal with a toxic girlfriend, and he didn't just so he wore the matching outfit. The problem about young love, and I think somebody else had said this, and it's very true. It really struck me. The problem about young long-term relationships is that you feel like there's nothing like this is it. This is the end. This is the end of it. I love her. There's no one else that could make me feel the same way. If I don't have that person, it's over with for me. I'm gonna be depressed forever. You think that until you go through your first relationship and you break up and it's like, "Oh, I'm actually fine." you know? I think I think that's more so what they were experiencing. That's what Mackenzie took to the lethal level.
That is not the way that it was
Hold on, let me back this up.
pressure obscure medical condition called POTS, which is basically a blood pressure differential, and how that can affect people. You guys talk about it like this was something that was known and ongoing in her life. That is not the way that it was argued in court. And it was
I don't
not
know
the
why.
way that the judge treated it. The judge treated it like what it seemed like from the rest of the record of the trial, which was a legal rationale for an unexplained intent crime.
Why?
But that's how it came across.
Yo, what's up, Lisa? I know you're cooking. You were doing something. I can't even remember, but I know you're busy, Lisa. But I see you. Appreciate the moderators who are still in here.
That's not the way you guys talk about it. You talk about it like everybody knows that she had it. We didn't just die.
You said she's a Chernobyl toxic. Ain't that some shit? I'm talking 15,000 runkins of fucking toxicity. Yep, that's what Mackenzie is right there. Fucking shit, man. Listen, I agree with you.
Diagnose this now. Is that the case?
I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't know why the trial went the way it did. But yes, I mean, I told all of her friends that she has POTS because they need to know what to do if she has.
Okay, so hear this bullshit story, right? So she swears up and down that everybody knows about Mackenzie's pot situation, and I want you guys to focus on Natalie's eyes. She starts looking up and down constantly during her explanation. She doesn't do this type of eye flutter any other time, right? She explains like a scientist what POTS is, and she gives a little antidote of like one of the situations that they experienced with Mackenzie. So I want you to hear this really. I'm not gonna interrupt. We're just gonna play it all the way through. Do you think she's a fucking liar, or do you think this is a true story? Let's do it.
Episode, like they have to know. She has had a couple episodes, and they were very aware of it. And if you don't know what to do when somebody's having an episode from POTS, they can have a seizure. It's called a non-epileptic seizure, or they can suffer from what's called
They can have a CZ seizure.
like syncope or something like that. And the reason why I tell everybody that is because, like when you have POTS, okay, you faint. You faint from sitting to standing, okay, and you can have an episode from anywhere between when you stand up, within 15 to 20 minutes, you can have an episode, okay. So when somebody faints, your natural instinct is to catch them so they don't fall, right? Well, if you do that, and I found this out the hard way.
Yeah.
If you catch them,
Oh, they die.
the blood isn't getting to their head. It's a
And then
blood
they
pressure
die.
thing. Okay. So if you catch them, you're preventing your
They
body stays
explode.
upright and you're not letting the blood get to the head.
You catch
So
them
then
and they're upright, then they explode.
that's when they start to have that seizure, that non-epileptic syncope seizure.
Yo, appreciate you, the Shiznits, man. Shout out the Shiznits, man. She's out of here.
Okay. That was really scary for me. So when she was doing that, she was like a stick, like, and I didn't know what was happening because this was like a newly thing that was being developed for her. So then I laid her down because I was scared. She had a friend over. It was me and her friend were here in the house. So when that happened, I laid her down flat on her side because the only thing I know about people having seizures is that they can choke on their tongue.
Their
And I
tongue,
didn't
of
want that to
course.
happen.
Oh my
So I
God.
laid her on her side.
Yeah.
And by doing that, the blood was able to get back
Oh
in
my
her
God.
head,
And then she
she
came
came
back.
out of it.
Wow.
So I had to tell her friends,
Yes.
please don't catch her if she's having an episode.
What the fuck does this have to do with anything? I'm really confused. I am thoroughly confused. What the fuck does this have to do with anything? But it's not done.
Because she needs to lay down. Like, she either needs to lay down, or if she's in the process of having an episode, make sure to put her head between her knees. The blood has to get to her head somehow. So I had to make sure to tell everybody. I told the teachers at school. I told all of her friends, new friends, old friends, everybody, because they have to know what to do to help her.
So we don't want her to have a CZ seizure. So what you're saying is that she was in the car driving at 40 miles per hour, and then she stood up, and then, like you said, it could happen anywhere between a minute to 30 minutes after standing up. So she was standing up in the car for like at least 5 to 30 minutes, and then she had her little CZ seizure because somebody caught her, and you're supposed to lay her down, but they held her upright because obviously she's driving. So you have to hold her upright and then the POTS is what made her crash the car into the wall. That's what she's saying. Natalie, I don't know what to say. I don't know. I don't know that. I don't know about that.
When Mackenzie has experienced episodes of POTS,
and then she has the audacity to sniffle after that fucking explanation. Let me back this up. I backed it up a little bit.
Her head between her knees, the blood has to get to her head somehow. So I had to make sure to tell everybody. I told the teachers at school.
You told everybody. You told the teachers.
All of her friends, new friends, old friends, everybody, because they have to know what to do to help her.
And how come there weren't any? So, okay, I'm getting the connection. Okay, because I was like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything? Okay, cool. Right? Why weren't there witnesses that were, what do you call it, subpoenaed or whatever, forced to come and testify because they knew Mackenzie had POTS? This is a big deal. So I think it's subpoenaed, right? Why weren't there witnesses that were forced to be on the stand and give their testimony? Why weren't there like 5, 6 witnesses all attesting to Mackenzie Shirilla's POTS? Shut the fuck up, Natalie.
When Mackenzie has experienced episodes of POTS, when they pass, has she claimed a lack of memory of the event?
So I didn't ask her. Remember, it was just the one. And I didn't ask her if she had any recollection of anything because I didn't need to. You know, it wasn't like a thing. So, and it also was pretty short-lived.
That's fair.
Also not followed by a traumatic head injury either.
You said she only smoked pot. Leave the S. 100%. You said POTS made her drive 100 miles per hour. 100%. What's up, tree head? Welcome in. You're late. You are late. I should beat your ass for that. Why are you so late? Stop doing that. Be on time. Appreciate you, Tree. You said you can ask her now. Oh, yeah, we could ask her now, but guess what? She doesn't remember. And I really think the reason that Mackenzie Shirilla continues to say that she doesn't remember is because she's lying to her parents. I think that I don't think there's a possibility that she actually told her parents fully that she doesn't remember. I think that Mackenzie's too scared to create a lie. She knows that she doesn't have the mental capacity to create a compelling lie. So she just instead says she doesn't remember. That's what I think is actually happening. Mackenzie's smart enough to know that she's too fucking stupid to create a compelling lie. So she just says she doesn't remember. I promise you that's the reality.
So
Mhm.
I don't know if she had any recollection of that.
The next point of perspective is what people have seen on social media after the event and even after your daughter's incarceration. And it is an extension of this wild child, very self indulgent, maybe, taking girlfriends or lovers in prison. It's all about feeding a picture of her as just all about her appetites. And again, extreme. Uh, how can you help people understand differently?
I can't because anybody can say anything they want. Like, how can you stop people from saying things? You
Well,
know?
with different perspective and analysis. Like, yeah, she smoked weed, but not every day, and she still went to school, and she said did
Oh, I
this, and
thought you meant her
she
experience
doesn't
in
have
there.
girlfriends in prison. She's not fighting people in prison. She didn't stab someone in prison. I
Yeah.
mean
Oh, we're
that's
about to get into the gay for the stay. Hold on, because Natalie starts getting amnesia. She starts getting a little POTS. She starts getting a little POTS diagnosis herself when they start bringing up the gay shit her daughter's doing. Hold on.
I can't because anybody can say anything they want. Like, how can you stop people from saying things? You
Well,
know?
with different perspective and analysis. Like, yeah, she smoked weed, but not every day, and she still went to school, and she said did
Oh, I
this, and
thought you meant her
she
experience
doesn't
in
have
there.
girlfriends in prison. She's not fighting people in prison. She didn't stab someone in prison. I
Yeah.
mean that's how.
Hold on, real quick. Hold on, real quick. We got hella super chats in this shit. We have hella super chats. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me stop. Hella super chats. Lori, thank you so much for the 5. You said the brain scan done at the hospital showed that she did not have a seizure. Well, damn, I didn't know about that. Well, there you go. Thank you, Lori. You know? You said, damn AG, I'm late to the party. What's up, RKN? Oh, 1472. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Oh, we got somebody else. We have Antoine. You said I said I'm having a good time. Autocorrect changed it to I'm having a food time. Who the fuck says that? I'm having a good time. What the fuck is that? Yo, Antoine, appreciate you for the super bump, brother. Appreciate you. Welcome in. All right, let's get back to it. Thank you for the gifters as well. You guys are really doing your thing. We have 1,000 likes and we have 2,400 viewers. Let's get to 3,000. Okay, share this shit to your auntie or some shit, or your cousin. You know what I mean? Be like, yo, check this out. Go watch this video. Share that shit. I appreciate y'all. And we have Marley with 5 gifted memberships, man. Throw some green hearts in the chat. You already know what time it is. Thank you, Marley. And to everybody who got the gifted memberships, we're up to about 14 memberships so far this month. I mean, this live stream. So I appreciate the gifters and I appreciate everybody who purchased the memberships themselves. You guys are top tier, man. Let's keep going.
Yeah. Well, that is how. So, I can't speak on anything of her activity in prison. She's not doing.
She said she can't speak on any of her activity in prison when we have hella fucking police reports. We have the police reports. You're the one who actually talks to the monster, but you can't speak on her activity? Okay.
Stab someone in prison. I
Yeah.
mean that's how.
Yeah. Well, that is how. So, I can't speak on anything of her activity in prison. She's not doing any of those crazy things people are saying. So what she's doing is she lays in her bed a lot. She colors, she draws, she paints things for people and their children. She's like super super talented.
With her bug-eyed Mr. Bean looking ass. Shit looking crazy. Look at the little bulge on her nose. She looks like she has a speed bump on that shit. We gotta call Mackenzie speed bump nose. Look at that shit. That shit looks like Owen Wilson. That shit look crazy. Look at that speed bump. I never even noticed that shit before.
She listens to music, she writes music, she journals a lot. She likes to watch movies and play
Look at
board.
that speed bump right there. I just realized that shit, but she wants to be a model. I mean, all people are beautiful. Don't get me wrong. Everybody's beautiful, but god damn it.
Games. She doesn't like drama, so she tries to avoid that. And if there is, then she's always the first one to extend the olive branch to whoever it is to move on from there because she likes to bring people together.
Holy shit, we got casual art. Hold on, I'm looking at chat. I missed the. I'm like, how are people receiving memberships still from Marley? Man, listen, we got casual art in this bitch. That shows how fast the chat is moving for me. Listen, if I miss some of y'all, I'm getting used to the faster chat, so I'm kind of retaining more messages in my brain. But if I miss you, listen, I'm doing my best. Casual art, obviously, we're not going to miss you with that crazy super chat. With the super membership, thank you, Casual Art. Everybody who got a free membership from Casual Art, throw some more green hearts in this bitch. We need spamming green hearts because they're really going crazy. We have 20 some members now. Hold on, let me check. We got 25 new members today. And make sure you guys go check out the bonus content because we have quite a few hours of bonus like at least close to 50 hours of bonus content in the past in this year alone in 2026. So make sure you guys go check out the membership only stuff. I appreciate you, Casual Art, once again. We have another member. We have Kinnigan with a membership. You said, where's the real medical report or record directly from her primary care with a date of diagnosis? And fainted but maneuvered the curves in the road. There's no medical diagnosis that I know exists. And that's the problem. And that's the exact problem.
So
How do you explain what is reported as an unusual amount of misconduct tickets for violating?
You know what? Maybe I will slow the chat. You said, AG, you know you can slow the chat, right? Maybe I will slow the chat. I'll slow it by like 10 seconds. Hold on, let me see here. I just didn't want to kill the flow. Message delay. How long you want participants to wait between sending messages? That's so much better. Slow chat to 15 seconds. Save. Changed. Okay, now nothing crazy. So you just have to wait. I'm assuming you just have to wait 15 seconds until. Okay, slow mode is on. Send message every 15 seconds. There we go. Okay, cool. I like that. I like that. I love that. Oh, I actually love that. That's actually a lot better. Thank you for the heads up. And then I could change it to 30 if we need to, but 15 is fine. 15 is fine. Because I'm already getting used to the faster chat. We have Justice with Marcy. Thank you for the gifted memberships, man. Listen, y'all going crazy in this bitch. Appreciate you, Justice with Marcy. I see Belize flags in my chat. You said watching from Cayo, Belize. Who is this? Treehead. You're from. Hold on. Shout out my people, man. Shout out the Belizeans watching this shit. Shout out my Belizeans watching this shit. Watching from Cayo. Okay. Welcome in. I didn't even know that. I didn't even know somebody. Man, appreciate you. Shout out my Belizeans in this bitch. You said, AG, we got the chat rolling faster than the Indy 500 player. Bro, I'm telling you, gang. I'm telling you. Shout out Antoine for the 5, man. You said, love your channel, AG. Did you know Natalie and Steve gave up their master bedroom to Mackenzie? What the I did not know that. I did not know that. How did you even know that? That's crazy, bro. I mean, I wouldn't put it past them though. I appreciate you, Juju, for the 5. Thank you, Karen, for the membership as well, man. Y'all going crazy, bro. We got one more super. We have AG. Thank you for thank you. Shit, I can't read. Thanks for brightening my days. Call me Liz. Shout out to you from I think that's oh, what's that? What where is that? Thank you so much, Liz. I appreciate you for the $10, man. Hold on, CHF. I figured it was the Swiss, man. I just wasn't. I wasn't confident enough. Shout out from Switzerland. Shout out to Switzerland, man. Listen, we got people from Cayo and we got people in Switzerland. This shit is crazy. Shout out you people, man. Appreciate y'all. All right, let's keep going.
Prison rules.
Thank you for that. So, contraband isn't like drugs.
Okay, my bad. So now we're getting into the whole contraband situation.
So, and if there is, then
Here we go. 1, 2.
move on from there because she likes to bring people together. So,
How do you explain what is reported as an unusual amount of misconduct tickets for violating prison rules?
thank you for that. So,
Thank you for that, bitch. You know you've been avoiding that question the whole time. Thank you for that. If you ask somebody a hard question during a debate and they say, "I'm glad you asked that question," it's either they're super prepared or they're terrified of that fucking question. I think it's the second option for Natalie. Ooh, thank you for that, bitch. You're welcome. Now answer the question.
to move on from there because she likes to bring people together.
Oh my god.
So,
How do you explain what is reported as an unusual amount of misconduct tickets for violating prison rules?
thank you for that.
Thank
So,
you for that.
contraband isn't like drugs. It just means that you have something that's not on your vault list. So, let's say you have, I don't know, five things with you when they go and do like their searches or something. Then that's 5 tickets, 5 separate tickets because you have somebody, she, like, for instance, she had to go to work in the morning and she didn't want to miss going to work, so she used her friend's alarm clock, wasn't on her vault list, so that would be considered contraband. So that's
It was. She's trying to hit us with the same thing. Remember when Natalie said, you can't judge a good person on their one bad day when the one bad day was murdering 2 people? Yes, the fuck you can. Yes, you can. She's doing the same shit. She's like, well, I mean, if you have 5 contraband items in your cell, you'll get 5 disciplinary reports. You'll get 5 tickets. So it's like, Chris, if you have, 30 things in your room that you shouldn't have, you'll get 30 reports. Do you see how that's so unfair, Chris? No, I don't see how that's unfair. She's a disrespectful little piece of shit who doesn't respect authority. So she thinks that she can break these little rules. Oh, well, she only had 5 things at one time and she got 5 disciplinary reports off it. Man, Natalie, shut the fuck up, gang. You need some help.
one. Then if you have somebody's pillow or like an extra blanket, that's two tickets. So that's 3 right there, just in the same situation. So, and then the other one, so that's contraband. It doesn't mean drugs. It just means you have something that doesn't belong to you. It could be food. It could be literally anything. But
Shit is crazy. Hold on, I see some red in this bitch. I knew that was Bentley. I could tell from the man. Hold on. Give me a minute. Hold on. Give me a second here. My internet's being slow. Man, shout out DB Bentley for being a real motherfucking one over here, man. Shout out DB Bentley. We appreciate her. Let's turn that shit up one more time. God damn it. One more time. Who was it? Who is it? It's DB Bentley in this bitch with $100 super chat, man. What the fuck is going on? That shit is crazy. I don't even know where I'm at no more. Did I just delete everything? Here it is. Shout out DB Bentley for being a real one. That shit is crazy. No commentary, no nothing. Just a hundo. Just 100 ball. Just 100 piece. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. 99.99. You understand what I'm saying? Throw some red hearts in this bitch if you're not a hater, man. Shout out DB Bentley, man. Listen, She be supporting all the true crime. Man, Bentley's out here going crazy. Appreciate you, Bentley. Appreciate you. Going crazy. And look, at the same time, we got new members. We got Pixie with a new membership. We got Renee with a new membership. And then we got a super chat from Renee as well. Man, I appreciate you as well to Renee. You guys are going crazy. Holy shit, man. Shout out Bentley, bro. Listen, what can I say, bro? Bentley's going, man, I appreciate y'all. You said, AJ, I don't watch anyone else's coverage on this anymore. I like your vibe. Thank you so much, Teresa Tired. Wait, am I saying that right? Teresa is tired. Thank you so much, man. Listen, we do our best out here. We're covering we have all types of stuff coming down the pipeline, folks. Thank you again for all the support. You guys really don't understand. Holy shit. 2,600 people viewing. What? Hit that like button, man. Let's keep going. We still got some more Natalie shit to get through.
And then if you have multiple things, each individual item is one thing. So that could,
Nah, you said I feel don't even, man, listen. Bentley, listen. Y'all be showing love. Just being here is showing love. So I don't even feel no type of way. This shit crazy. Your presence is the vibe. That's all I need is your presence, and the whole stream works. That's all it needs. That's all the stream needs. That's it. Everything else is a little is the servant, it's the little scoop on the top. Thank you guys, man. I'm gonna get serious though. We're gonna try to get through some of this. Thank you, Michelle, for the membership. Welcome in. And thank you for the gift, Ashley. Let's keep going.
that could add up. And then the other one would be like the misuse of medication. She thought, she was worried about her health. So she just wanted to take it was a prenatal vitamin because she just wanted to make sure that she must not have felt good and wanted to make sure she was getting enough of the nutrients. So she took somebody's prenatal vitamin. But
were some of the
So she's taking prescriptions from other people, and you want to say that's not a big deal? Okay.
tickets as reported for sexually explicit video calls with an ex-inmate?
well, that I can't speak on. All I can say to that is she's in her early 20s. I don't know anything more about that. Or the only thing I can say is now that you know what the rules are, you got to follow the rules. That's the other thing I always tell my kids. Like, no matter where you go in life, everybody has a different set of
Now let me ask this question. Everywhere you go in life, everybody has a different set of rules. I agree.
rules you have to follow. The thing I don't know anything more about that. Or
Let me ask you
the
this
only
question.
thing I can say is now that you know what the rules are, you got to follow the rules. That's the other thing I always tell my kids. Like, no matter where you go in life, everybody has a different set of rules you have to follow. I have rules at our house.
Let me ask you this question, Natalie. Natalie, because I know you're probably watching this shit, right? Do you think popping pussy on camera? Ooh, did I say that? Oh my god, did I do that? Do you think popping pussy on camera is alongside any fucking rules of any organization ever, especially a penitentiary? You think showing titties, you think putting your titties in the camera is alongside the rules of any organization, especially a fucking penitentiary ever? Natalie, please explain to me. I tell my daughter every time, the rules, every place has different rules. Ma'am, what are you talking about? That's just my question. That's all I want to ask. She's over here acting like she's a dumbass. Natalie, I know you're a fucking dumbass, but you're not that stupid. I know you're stupid, but you're not that fucking stupid. That's all I have to say. We have new members, though. Hold on. We have gifted memberships from Pam. Thank you so much, Pam. The 5 gifted memberships. And we have Kill Stink. We have another day of physical therapy and another great AG stream. Thank you so much, Kill Stink. Appreciate you for the 10, brother. And JoJo, appreciate you for the membership. Welcome into all the members. Hold on. We got hella new members. 42 new members. Welcome in. Let's keep going though. It continues.
You have rules at your house. They have different rules. Like wherever you go, those are the rules you have to follow.
Nah,
And
I really want to back this the fuck up because she's over here really acting like a fucking moron. What color what color are her eyes anyway? Blind? Is that the color? Like I don't know what color her eyes are. They just look foggy to me. Foggy and blue. Miss Foggy Blue over here is saying that everybody has their own rules. So I guess showing your titties in the penitentiary isn't really one of the rules. At least she learned.
you got to follow the rules. That's the other thing I always tell my kids. Like, no matter where you go in life, everybody has a different set of rules you have to follow. I have rules at our house. You have rules at your house. They have different rules. Like wherever you go, those are the rules you have to follow. And sometimes, unfortunately, we don't know what the rules are until we do. And then when you do, then follow them.
Something you can speak to directly is when people hear you have explanations for innocent kinds of tickets, but you say you know nothing about the kind of ticket that would inform people about the nature of her personality, it becomes suspicious of your credibility. Do you understand that?
Oh, you said
Yeah.
people are saying it's a filter? That could be it. Oh my God. Is she that self conscious? Jesus Christ, Natalie. Just stay off the internet. If you're that self conscious, stay off the fucking internet, gang. Lord have mercy. You said I already sat through this interview once today and today and was going to bed, then saw your live. Don't mind missing sleep, but can't miss your live. Thanks, AG. Yo, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, thank you for the super chat. Don't worry, you would have missed out if you didn't come to the live stream. You know.
Yes. No, I can't talk on the sex ticket thing. I mean, I'm sure we've all had spicy conversations with our.
No, I haven't had spicy conversations with anyone through the fucking prison system because I haven't been in prison. I've been in jail, never been in prison. Maybe my parents did just a little bit better. I don't know. I never had no spicy conversation from prison. You know why? Because I was out in the world getting pussy in real life. What the fuck is wrong with you, not Mackenzie? Natalie. Poor Natalie, man. She really has a fuck up of a daughter, and she has a fucked up life. Look,
Friends and people, so I can't really speak to that. What I can speak on is that none of her tickets are aggressive or violent. She's got extra stuff that doesn't belong to her, like food, pillows, blankets, alarm clocks. You can get a sex ticket, by the way, just for hugging somebody else.
But Natalie, hold on. Pause. Did she get the sex ticket because she hugged the inmate, or did she get a sex ticket because she showed her titties to somebody? Fuck out my face, bro. Man, fuck out my face, bro. Let me back this up. Shorty said, by the way, you could get a sex ticket for hugging. Well, is that the reason Mackenzie got the sex ticket, or was she showing what? Or was man, fuck out of here, bro.
With our friends and people, so I can't really speak to that. What I can speak on is that none of her tickets are aggressive or violent. She's got extra stuff that doesn't belong to her, like food, pillows, blankets, alarm clocks. You can get a sex ticket, by the way, just for hugging somebody else.
But did she though?
Which is unfortunate because those girls are going through all terrible times, and if you want to hug I don't know, but
is it fair?
Is
it fair in your opinion? That is true,
bro.
Especially in female prison.
Yeah.
By the way, they have very strict rules of fraternization.
I'm sure.
Which is a weird word to use because it comes from fraternity, which has to do with males, even though it's about females. But we have a very sexist culture.
Right.
People.
All right, Chris. Pander to her, bro. Pander to her, gang. I love. If you love it, I like it. If you like it, I love it. I always say that wrong. Pander to her, brother. Yeah, we have a really sexist society. Yeah, go, man. Go for it, bro. Full throttle that shit. Juice her up.
Fraternization.
I'm sure.
Which is a weird word to use because it comes from fraternity, which has to do with males, even though it's about females. But we have a very sexist culture.
Right.
People point to, oh yeah, she loved Dom so much that she got a girlfriend as soon as she went to jail. Is that fair?
No, because what they're missing, she didn't go right to prison right after the car accident. So the car accident was July 31st. Okay. She was in
Hold on, Pam. Did I say thank you for the memberships? Yo, I think I did. But once again, in case I didn't say it, Pam, thank you for those 5 gifted memberships. And we have more super chats as well. You said I also watched the interview earlier and I saw that you were live watching it. I had to drop and see your reaction to this. Crazy. Thank you for the 5. We have another member too. We have Heather Cook, 5642. Thank you so much. Welcome into all the members. We have another member, shit, a gifted member from Karen Cormier. It's a very cool last name. If you know, you know. Do you know Do you know a Daniel Cormier by chance? You know. Appreciate you, Karen.
the juvenile facility for almost a year after that. Okay. Then county for
You said yes, you did, AG. Okay, I was just making sure because my interface was showing it as like a fresh post. So I was like, did you send another 5 or is it the same one? Thank you again though, Pam.
a couple of weeks and then went to Marysville. So there was a long time between. I mean, and people, you know, we do gotta move on at some point, right? So the whole time when she was home, obviously she was going through nothing, laying in bed crying all day long, going through his photos, wearing his clothes, listening to his music, writing about him, thinking about him, talking about him, going to the grave, going to the memorial, like every day. Same thing happened in the juvenile facility. She would kept a journal and wrote to him every day, and talked to his family members on the phone every day. And then even when she went to Marysville for a little while, she had his photos. Dom and Davion's photos were all over her bed area, and wrote in the journal like every day. So it's not they're missing
She wrote in the journal like every day. Like what significance does that pose to this conversation? Your daughter drove her car into the edge of a building to specifically murder the people in the passenger and front side. What the fuck does a journal have to do with anything? Chris, please ask another question. Chris, she's spiraling. Please get it together.
time frame there. Time has passed. A lot of time has passed.
You say your daughter is struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Because she
Bitch can't even figure out the words.
You say your daughter is struggling.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Completely dumbfounded. She's in jail?
Because it's almost like she's trapped in a nightmare that she has no memory of, and
So basically she's in jail. Trapped in the night. Okay.
can't even. She's never seen the evidence. She's never seen the discovery. She's never seen anything. So
And listen, okay, maybe I'm just not the picture S type of person. You know, I have probably 30 pictures between high school and right now. So maybe I'm just not the most picture taking motherfucker in the world. I don't like to see old pictures. It makes me feel, you know, it's like nostalgia and sadness, right? Maybe that's just my problem, but I don't know any person to look at this. Who the fuck takes a picture like this? And again, there's certain people who take pictures at funerals. They take pictures over the casket. They take pictures of the person in the casket. People do this. I know people who do this, and this is their way of getting past things, right? But something about these pictures just make me feel like she's doing the model thing. She's doing the content thing. Like, oh, my boyfriend died. I'm so sad. Here, I brought some flowers to his grave. It's very strange. And I like that they showed this picture because Mackenzie has a whole photo album of these types of pictures. It'll be Dom's pictures on the bed. It'll be her at the gravesite. It'll be her doing like a memorial. It's so fucking disingenuous and it's weird. It makes my skin crawl. And again, maybe I'm just not that type of person. I don't want to see the fucking pictures. I don't want to see old. So maybe that's my problem. But I feel like this is extra weird. Anyway,
She's never seen the discovery. She's never seen anything. So she's almost trapped.
that picture really pisses me off. There's a lot of those pictures on TikTok, by the way. A lot of them. A lot of them. You said excuse after excuse. Who gives a shit? Jennifer, dead ass, bro. Appreciate you, Jennifer. You said it's jail, not a Holiday Inn. Shut the fuck up. And she's in a beautiful place. She's in a wonderful place right now. The place that she's in is the place that she is in is not prison. She had open room, cots lined down the room. They wake up in the morning and they do all their little this is a camp that she's spending 15 years at. It is what it is. It's true.
in a nightmare that she has.
You said, AG, I emailed you. What? AG, I emailed you 4 transcribed gibberish calls. I'll check that out tonight. I will check that out tonight. Thank you so much, Dr. Varna. I will check that out tonight, guaranteed. I will check that out. We might have a video on that.
All she knows is that the boyfriend that she loved with her whole heart is gone, and Davion is gone, and she was the driver in a car accident and has no memory of it. So it's literally, I'm going to cry again. You should see her artwork.
I'm going to cry again. I'm going to cry again.
Of it. So it's literally, I'm going to cry again. You should see her artwork. It's so sad. And one of these days I'll share it, but I'm not going to share it now for obvious reasons. But
I'm going to cry again. It's so sad. Not a single tear.
Memory of it. So it's literally, I'm going to cry again. You should see her artwork. It's so sad. And one of these days I'll share it, but I'm not going to share it now for obvious reasons, but it's really sad. She does self-portraits of herself where she has like a thorn, like a rose of thorns around her neck, or like her mouth is sewn shut and she's got all these question marks around her head, like why? And like, where's Dom? Like, what happened? And Davion, it's like so.
Where's Dom? And what happened? And where's Davion? And where's Dom? Oh no. She's like, where's Dom? Where all the question marks? Bitch, fuck, man. Oh my God, bro. And Steve is just over there in the corner, just shaking his head, like, yeah. Tell them the truth. Tell them your truth. You know when people say that they want to tell their truth, you already know they're full of shit.
Self-portraits of herself where she has like a thorn, like a rose of thorns around her neck, or like her mouth is sewn shut and she's got all these question marks around her head, like why? And like, where's Dom? Like, what happened? And Davion, it's like happened? So sad. She's literally trapped in this nightmare. And so she struggles mentally with that part. And I feel bad for everybody.
Feeling bad for everybody is...
Yeah, Chris don't give a motherfucker about none of that shit. I need to take a piss, folks. I'll be back. We have 55 TRYs from Chow Profiler. You said serial killer collects memorabilia, keep before and after photos of their victims, and some even wear their belongings. I wouldn't call Mackenzie a serial killer, but she is a psychopath, narcissist bitch. I believe that. That's my opinion of her. We have Brave with $2. Everything that family does is performative, 100%. 100%. You said, what you got on my 40, homie? Deep. What up, Antoine? Okay, folks, I need to take a piss. I'll be back. Give me like 30 seconds to a minute. I'll be looking at chat though. I'll be looking at chat. Oh, okay. I look, I need to pee a little bit more than I thought. We're back though. We are back. You said hurry, AG. Natalie is about to cry. Man, listen, she's about to cry for the past how long? For the past 26 minutes. Fucking Natalie Shirilla, bro. The one and only. The the one and only Nat Nat. You know what I mean? All right, man. Let's keep it going, folks. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for waiting. Oh, we have hella gifts in here. We have Patricia. We have Sunfly. We have Patricia again. We have 3 flow states from Patricia. Shout you out multiple times, ma'am. Appreciate you.
A real emotional turmoil for your family. The media likes to use you as a point of conflict between the families that you
The
don't.
media doesn't like to use her as a point of conflict, Chris. Come on, Chris. She is the point of conflict between families. Steve doesn't do anything unless Natalie, Jesus God, Master Natalie, tells him to do something. Steve is not going to make a move unless she tells him to do something. This is a, bro. She, I get it though. I get it though. Chris is playing devil's advocate over here, but please don't insult my intelligence.
Don't like the other kids' family.
Hold on, we got Shella Adams. Thank you for the $5. Shella Adams. Oh, my shit is loud. Hold on. And we have Faded with Freckles with a big 20. You said apparently they had a POTS diagnosis before the car wreck. That changes things for me. They say they had a POTS diagnosis. I have yet to seen medical paperwork of a POTS diagnosis. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've yet to seen that. If somebody can send that to me, maybe we can take a look at it. But even though, let's say even if that's true, how the fuck was she standing up in the car for 30 minutes or less? She was standing up in the car and that triggered her POTS. Anyways, let's go.
Families, you think that they have been unfair towards your daughter. How do you reconcile your feeling?
Because again, hold on. If this is something so serious, right? As the family, you could just release this information into the public. The YouTubers, me, will pick the shit up in 10 hours or less. We will have it picked up, we'll go through it, and we'll decide whether or not we want to report on it. You could just put it on the internet, and in the next 10 hours, 30 YouTubers would be talking about it. Why haven't you done that? Maybe they have to, maybe it's for the appeal. They have to be strategic for the appeal. Sure.
That she doesn't deserve to be where she is, with feeling the way you say you do about the loss of those boys and the pain for their families.
Oh my gosh. I wish nothing more than all of us to get together and just hug each other and go through this together and heal together. But the way that the story has been written and spread like crazy wildfire, I don't know if there's ever going to be an opportunity for them to even.
Yeah. What do you mean, you stupid bitch? AG Rotten Mango got an interview with Rosie and Bubba after the Netflix special. I'll check out Rotten Mango. I'll check him out. Thank you for the 5.
I want to, which is so unfortunate because it's just unfortunate. I know that this appeal process, for instance, is so hard. It's got to be so hard for them to watch.
She's talking about the Russo family, by the way. Hold on, okay. I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
I don't know if there's ever going to be an opportunity for them to even want to, which is so unfortunate because it's just unfortunate. I know that this appeal process, for instance, is so hard. It's got to be so hard for them to watch because every time it's in the news, it's like, God, it's been constantly in the news for 4 years. And I know that when it is, it's got to be hard for them to see because it's like picking at a scab. I always say it's like picking at a scab that's never going to heal. Like it's never, ever had a chance to heal because it's so in the limelight. So I do feel bad for them because it's a constant reminder that their kids are gone. But I
She feels bad for them, folks. She feels bad for them, but she's gonna keep doing it. And make no mistake, you want to appeal your kid's sentence. I mean, they can't tell you what to do, and I mean, let's keep it real. You're probably gonna do that regardless because you care about your child. But this is not the problem that the family has with you. The problem that the family has is that you called them evil. You said that they conspired against your family and that they're losers. That's why they don't like you. They're evil people, they're losers, and they conspired against you because they're so powerful in the whole economy of Ohio. That's why they fucking hate you. And now she's like, "Oh, the story just got so big. I don't know if we'll ever be able to." No, 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 no. The story could get as big as it wants. But you could have handled that like a grown woman, but you didn't. Shit is crazy, man. Hold on, we got a super chat. Hold on now. Hold on. We got big super chats in this bitch. You said, bro, I want to drop Kins on that sack of diamonds she calls a neck. Stone Cold Stunner Bam. 1, 2, 3. And that's the bottom line. Cause what? Cause what's his name said so. Antonicus said so. I don't know. Shit. I wasn't that much into wrestling. I appreciate you for the super chat though. Pixie. Not Pixie now, Antoine. But I don't know, folks. You said they should move and shut the fuck up. I mean, at the end of the day, they probably need to move. At the end of the day, they probably need to move, bro, because you're not gonna get employed at all living in this town anymore. That's it.
I can't. I wish it was private. I wish we could fight this privately so that they don't have to see it because my heart breaks for them. It breaks for them. But I also hope. I can also hope. Privately, I hope that as this information comes out, that there might be a chance that they can see it wasn't intentional, and maybe it'll make them feel a little bit better knowing their boys were loved so much, and it wasn't this crazy intentional act that that they made it seem by this ridiculous story that's not true.
The idea for the prosecution's case to be beyond reasonable doubt, the judge had to believe that Mackenzie.
Yo, that sniffle is so bullshit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. That sniffle, she's always sniffling, trying to remind you that she's crying. Because remember, she's gonna cry. We're 30 minutes into this video, and she's still gonna cry. She's reminding you, it's coming.
Shirilla was prosecution's case to be beyond reasonable doubt. The judge had to believe that Mackenzie Shirilla was suicidal because obviously, reasonably, what she did would have killed everybody. What does that mean to you that the law found that your daughter had to be suicidal in order to do this?
I don't understand that part because if that's what she felt, then why wouldn't they ask for a psych eval?
No, but I'm doing that because you see how easy that is? I'm not emotional. I'm having a great time right now. But now I'm emotional, right? Now sad face. Now everything's all bad. Now AG Tactical's emotional and sad. Listen, anybody who falls for this dumbass shit, aka the TikTokers out there, y'all some fucking idiots. Y'all need listen. Whatever GED, diploma, or college certificate or diploma you've gotten, you need to throw that shit in the trash. I'm just saying, if you fell for that. If you fell for it.
Or medical analysis or something.
Is that AG or Natalie? I don't even know, right? I'm so good at it, aren't I? I'm so good at that shit.
Like, find out.
Everybody's good at that shit.
Well, they don't have to. You could have, but the prosecution doesn't have to do that. They're looking for facts of what was done and whether or not the way it was done informs them as to the intent that the crime required. Yes, they're supposed to look for inculpatory and exculpatory, but not on that level necessarily. That was what you would have done. What your team would have done is argued all the THC in her system, that maybe it was that. she doesn't remember. It's a very bad fact for your daughter in this situation, because even when you say something like there were 3 people in that car, anything could have happened. Yeah, but only one of them survived, and
know.
she's the only one that would know. And I'm sympathetic to your and your husband's point that, hey,
You said death stare, Natalie. Listen, that. Listen, bro. Listen, bro. Natalie is tired, bro. Natalie's so tired. Look at her face right now. Look at those eyes. She is tired.
if anybody wanted to just make up a story and get out of this, she would have done that already. So
Yeah.
she must actually not know what happened.
Yeah.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point of pushback.
Yeah.
But when they look at it, anything could have happened. What do you think could have happened in that car?
Wait, can we go back just for, I want to address your one question about her
Of
not
course.
being suicidal. Okay.
Well, yes, because I'm not saying whether she is or isn't. I'm saying that
No,
in
there's
order for her to
actual,
do this the way the prosecution says, she must have been ready to kill herself.
no. So
100% she was ready to kill herself. Wooly said, to confirm, she's permanently in prison till 2037 AG. She has a 15-year sentence and then possibility of parole after 15 years. So if you add it up, it would be whatever you add it up to be. But yeah, pretty much. Not that far, right? That's right down the road. That's right down the road. That's not even a big sentence. We have Pink Flamingo with a $5 super chat. You said joining very late. Wanted to ask if you saw a text between Mackenzie Shirilla and Natalie Shirilla where M is bitching. Who's M? Oh, where Mackenzie is bitching that she hates the car because it's not a G Wagon. I have not, bro. I have not covered that many text messages, but we might have to do it. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Oh, we have more Belizeans out here. We have Cool Panker. You said watching from San Pedro, Belize. Love you. Man, shout out my man, salute my Belizeans, bro. Shout out Cool. Hell yeah. Shout out my Belizeans. Shout out San Pedro. Dr. Vaughn's. Then we have Eilish over here. Alicia. Appreciate you guys for all the memberships, man. Let's keep it going. We got a lot to go through. Let's keep going.
there's text messages where she was that night, the night before the car accident, she's confirming going to work the next day. She was going to be taking care of somebody's pets while they went on vacation. So that night before the car accident, she was making sure, hey, do you still need me tomorrow? And she was like, yeah. She's like, okay, I just want to make sure. So she's confirming going to work the next day. So that's one thing. And then there's other messages where she was planning her birthday party, making birthday reservations. So people that are suicidal, they don't have future plans like that. So that was all in there. I don't know why.
Well,
that
a
was
question is, has she tried to hurt herself since this event?
Never. She loves life and herself and loves her family way too much. Never. Ever.
She loves life, but you called them. I didn't hear this part. Back it up.
She tried to hurt herself.
I don't know. Suicidal. They don't have future plans like that. So that was all in there. I don't know why.
Well, a question is, has she tried to hurt herself since this event?
Never. She loves life and herself.
Well, okay. I guess she's not being dishonest because I doubt Mackenzie tried to hurt herself since that event, the crash itself. But listen, they called the police asking them what to do because Mackenzie was threatening to off herself. What do you mean she loved life? This was one volatile little bitch that whenever she didn't get what she wanted, she would threaten to just end it all, to make her mommy and her daddy start panicking. We just listened to the phone call yesterday. Oh no, but she loved life. Now, whether or not that was true or not, if she was actually suicidal, we don't know. But you can't look us in the face and be like, oh yeah, she loved life. She never would even think about that. Listen, me as a person who's not suicidal, I would never even think to tell my mom some shit like that. And I'm not thinking about me right now. I'm thinking about me as a 16, 17, 18, 19, 20-year-old. Why the fuck would I tell my mom, bro, right? Why would you tell your parents that unless you're actually about that life? Man, Natalie's a liar. She is a liar. But before we move on, you guys already know what the fuck is going on. We got a big ass $100 super chat from Casual Art. Just with the deuces and a kissy face. Casual Art, we appreciate you so fucking much, man. Thank you for the damn support. Listen, if you don't drop some red hearts in the chat, I don't know what you doing. Casual Art is going absolutely wild in this bitch. 10 memberships, $100 in the chat. Stop playing with her. Everybody throw some red hearts, man. Thank you so much, Casual Art. Thank you so much. Casual Art is going crazy. Going crazy. Show her some love, y'all. Show her some love. Show her some love, man. We gonna keep going, but damn it, Casual Art, you showing some love. DB Bentley, love. Casual Art, love. Y'all going crazy.
And values love their family way too much. Never, ever.
I know this is going to be an annoying way for me to describe this, but I've always felt that this was one of the biggest reasons I would have wanted a jury trial. Look, I get.
Look at that muffin top, bro. I just want some every time I see him, I want some fucking muffins, bro. I want some warm muffins too. I want that shit. I want the shit that's on the edge that has that little crust on it. You know what I'm saying? Blueberry, banana. You ever had that good banana muffin? That's what I want. Every time I see Steve Shirilla's body, I just want to bite into a muffin. I want to tear the piece of the muffin to the side while I'm drinking my coffee and eat it.
That counsel could have been worried that there was too much propaganda out there and that everybody was going to hate her and she wasn't going to testify and it was going to be too tough. And
y'all just throw it up.
And they were better off with a jury, with a judge who could be more dispassionate and focus on the law, and that they didn't make a case for intent.
Look at her little bitch ass all strung up walking in. She's all strung up and shit.
Going to testify, and it was going to be too tough.
Look at her shit. She all strung up and shit.
And they
look at her. Hey, listen.
They were better off with a jury, with a judge who could be more dispassionate and focus on the law, and that they didn't make a case for intent. I get it. However, this one question, she had to have wanted to kill herself because
you said Strudel Steve. Yo, T.A. Swifty. You foul for that one. Strudel Steve. That motherfucker, shit. Looking like a peach cobbler in this bitch. All lumpy and shit. Looking like a thick cassava pudding. You ever have cassava pudding before? Looking like a thick ass cassava pudding with all the good lumps and shit.
Reasonably, what she did should have killed everybody in the car. Right. So she must have been suicidal. Okay. But all of the text messages that you show, everything that she had said, and very odd that someone who is suicidal and then two of her closest people are gone and she doesn't try to hurt herself after that, even with her life being ruined by what she did, is very suspicious.
Oh my God, can I rub your melon wall? Oh my goodness, he's so cute. My boyfriend died and I'm so sad. Can you take a picture? I want to put it on my TikTok because I'm going to be a model someday. That's Mackenzie. That's Mackenzie in that whole picture. That was word for word everything she said.
And it would have been, I think, something that weighed on a jury. At least some of them would have been like, well, that's weird. It doesn't seem like she was suicidal. Well, then maybe something else happened. And that's called reasonable doubt.
That's right.
But that did not happen in this trial because of your team's choices.
I don't know why.
I don't know. Oh, everybody hold hands. Everybody hold hands.
What happened?
It's about to get deep, folks.
In this trial because of your team's choices.
I don't know why. You know, my husband and I, we weren't in there.
Oh God!
I
Everybody,
was a
hold hands!
witness,
Hold
and he
hands!
was a
Damn it!
potential witness, so we were not allowed in there to hear what he was saying or not saying or doing or not doing or presenting. So she only had one day for her defense, and then it was over. And then the things I found out after the trial, I don't know what happened. Something's wrong. Something's wrong somewhere. I don't know. I don't understand a lot.
What is the plan going forward?
We got through it. We got through it. Shit, I'm telling you. Listen, when shit gets kind of deep, everybody just start holding hands because this shit is deep. Listen, Natalie's world has been shaken. They will never be the same. You know, I mean, their daughter's alive. You know, they will never be the same. So just we have to be understanding. Come on.
I'm finding that this
Yo, love science. Thank you for the trophy.
appellate process is being stuck in quicksand. During this process, I've talked to many different appellate attorneys, and they've all said, you know, we've lost our way. Our country's lost our way. Our appellate process has gone from really caring about doing what's right and more about procedural errors.
Yeah.
So I have no choice but to be guided by hope that that somebody somewhere will be able to look.
She's being guided by hope. Listen. That's the last thing you want to be guided by, sweetheart.
So I have no choice but to be guided by hope.
You have no choice but to be guided by hope. Gigi. Finish him. You know what I mean? It's over with. She said that shit is embarrassing, bro. Too Sweet, thank you for the membership. Lady Punch, thank you for the membership. Not the membership, the gifts. We have hella gifts flooding in. Sunnyfly, I don't know why I keep saying membership. Sunnyfly with a gift. We have Sej with another gift. Again, Lady Punch. Shout out all the gifters, man. Y'all are going crazy.
That somebody somewhere will be able to look at this critically and see in black and white that there was no proof of intent.
Oh, here comes the
things
tears.
that were not presented in the trial that could have proven that. I'm just guided by hope. I'm just going to keep going, and I feel bad for the families because I am going to keep going. But I hope that they would also do this for their kids too. Their kids would want them to do this for them too. If something was wrong, if there was a true wrong, like if they were convicted incorrectly, they should be doing this for their kids too.
Are you able to put yourself in their situation where you have reason to believe that the reason your daughter is gone is because of a crazy ex-boyfriend who just didn't give a shit about anything except what he felt in the moment? And that they do have good reason to believe that at this point, based on what's been in the trial and what's been reported around it. How do you think you'd feel if that were your mindset?
I cannot blame anybody for feeling the way they do about this situation with what they've heard and saw. I myself would have never questioned this ever if we're not going through it ourselves. I would never question anything in a million years. But going through what I'm going through right now, this is it's terrifying. So I can't blame people.
You said Natalie looks like a Dr. Seuss character. It looks like she's from fucking Whoville, bro. That's what you're picking up from this. You know what I mean? She looks like a Whoville character. One of the stupidest ones that was the stupidest the stupidest character from Whoville that was never created. That's Natalie right there. Look at her. Perfect character. She should have been there. She would have been a star for all the wrong reasons. Yeah, I agree with you.
People for feeling the way they feel about it. It's just they just don't know. There's so much that they don't know that's wrong with this case, and we needed help.
You talk about the other families. Have you thought about talking to them? What would you say to them? I'm sure they're going to see this.
Oh my gosh. I have thought so many times just about walking up to the Flanagan's house and knocking on their door, but I don't know if they want me to. But I want.
She doesn't know if they want her to. What are you talking about? That's not how you do a truce. The way you do a truce is you put up the white flag and you walk forward toward the enemy camp. Like, hey, listen, so sorry. I wanna have a conversation. I, I, I always wanted to walk up to their house, but but I don't know if they want me to. Bitch, get over yourself. Get over yourself. Look at with her little red little exposed nose and shit. Wiping the shit. I'm talking after this interview, her nose got a scab on it. A light scab because she was rubbing it so much.
Have you thought about talking to them? What would you say to them? I'm sure they're going to see this.
Oh my gosh. I have thought so many times just about walking up to the Flanagan's house and knocking on their door, but I don't know if they want me to. But I want to. And then the Russos, we were very close. We spent a lot of time together after the car accident, like a lot of time. And it's so hard for me to drive past their house and pretend like I don't know them or like this part of my life never existed. And I know in some of my calls, I say different things.
I know in some of my calls I say that the Russo, the mom of Dominique Russo, is evil, and you know I know I call the people in her household drug dealing bums, and you know I know I've said like horrible things on the phone calls, and now that you guys exposed it, like I didn't mean it. I wish I could hug them. I love her so much, man. Man, you're a liar, and you're not a good one.
Part of for me to drive past their house and pretend like I don't know them or like this part of my life never existed. And I know in some of my calls, I say different things in regards
Look
to
at Cuomo's face, bro. You're an asshole. And I love it. And I love it. Look at Chris Cuomo's face when she says that shit.
after the car accident, like a lot of time. And it's so hard for me to drive past their house and pretend like I don't know them or like this part of my life never existed. And I know in some of my calls, I say different things in regards to them, but we were hurt and struggling and scared.
Mackenzie Shirilla's mom. Russos are quote unquote evil people! Exclamation point. Exposed by TMZ. You know I've said some things. All right, Natalie.
So I would love to go hug them and just tell them, you know, I'm sorry for what has happened and just be there. I would literally do everything for them. They would probably be annoyed with me because I would probably be blowing up their phone. I'm going to the store. Do you need anything? Can I pick something up for you? Are you hungry? Can I make your dinner? But
Natalie, I don't want your dinner.
I would.
Natalie, your dinner probably tastes like I don't want your dinner. I prefer shoot myself in the pinky toe and lose my pinky than eat your fucking dinner, Natalie. Okay?
Love that.
Why would you love that? Is it out of guilt that you feel responsible for what happened?
No.
Oh no. No. It's just Kinsey. No, Kinsey is my sweetie. No, it's not because I'm just a mom. No.
Would love
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry.
that.
Why would you love that? Is it out of guilt that you feel responsible for what happened?
No.
No fucking seasoning. You said no seasoning. Bro, listen. Fuck it. It'll be more glorious to lose a pinky toe doing some crazy shit than eat her fucking bullshit food. If y'all come to the cookout, we did one in the live stream a couple days ago. You know that shit seasoned. Natalie is not welcomed. She's not even welcome to experience the flavors of good seasoning. Fuck Natalie. Shit.
I'm a mom. I'm a person. Even all these people saying terrible, you know, untrue things about me. If they needed help, I would drop
I'm a mom. I'm a person. Okay.
everything and go help them. That's just who I am.
On the what happens next part, you said you're dealing with counsel. Your daughter has an appellate team. Do they have a strategy? Are they planning to make a federal habeas corpus appeal here? And if so, on what basis?
What the fuck is a habeas corpus?
I don't want to say anything about.
Okay, but you do have a team, and they are figuring out what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Look, I mean, that's good because if it shows, if nothing else, a depth of belief in what you put out about the case. It's an uphill. You know, they appealed, they lost, they went to the Supreme Court, they refused to take the case. It doesn't mean it's dead.
Habeas corpus. Habeas corpus is a fundamental legal right that allows anyone detained by the government to demand a court review of their confinement. It's literally translated from the Latin, you have the body. It functions as an order requiring authorities to present a detainee to a judge and justify their imprisonment. If government cannot prove the detainment lawfully, the person must be released. Okay, so it's basically an appeal. Habeas corpus. You know, he's throwing big words out there trying to distract us and shit. Good work, Chris. Good work. All right, let's continue.
But appeal is usually for reversible procedural errors because you don't usually do it on the basis of facts on the appeal unless new facts have come out. So it's a high bar, but you know this from talking to counsel. When people see this, well, go ahead. Do you have a comment on what I just said?
I do. I'm learning. I have no idea about the legal world.
Yeah. You should have looked it up like me, Natalie. You dumbass. See, if he had said some shit like that, I would have looked down at my phone and I would have searched it up. So I was well informed to continue the conversation. Natalie looks like she just saw a fucking G-Wagon in the headlights and she's a deer. Look at her fucking face. Right? Natalie, that's where you fell off. You should have looked up habeas corpus. Now you're looking like a dumbass. Now you're looking like that. See, just saying.
Talking to counsel. When people see this, well, go ahead. Do you have a comment on what I just said?
I do. I'm learning. I have no idea about the legal world, the criminal world. I don't want anything to do with any. This like terrifying and scary for me. Like we've never had any trouble with the law. I don't know these terms. That's why we were leaning on our lawyer so heavily.
I don't know these terms. Listen, it took me 2 minutes. It took me 2 minutes, and now I fully understand what a habeas. No, I don't fully understand it. Natalie, go to sleep, girl. Go take a nap. Drink some wine. Go watch some reality TV. Go take a nap. That's what you really need to do right now.
Something. There's just preponderance of. Am I saying that wrong? I don't know.
Preponderance.
You're probably saying it fucking wrong because you know you're Natalie, so you're definitely saying it wrong. Let's continue.
That's why we were leaning on our lawyer so heavily. But there's something. There's just preponderance of. Am I saying that wrong? I don't know.
Preponderance, which is a legal standard, less than reasonable doubt, more than probable cause. Preponderance of the evidence. It's usually a civil standard, but in what context are you using it?
Good to know.
I don't know.
Chris.
I heard that term from somewhere, and I thought that there's not enough. There's too much reasonable doubt, and there's not enough proof of intent. I don't know. Somebody said.
Well, look. I mean, again, a fact question is rarely reviewed by the appellate judge unless there's new information.
Right.
Especially when the trier of fact here, the judge, is also the jury, you know, which is also making the ruling in the bench trial.
Which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. When I heard that Mackenzie was doing like a bench trial, I thought it was because she had to do it. Something happened to where Mackenzie had to do a bench trial. It is what it is in the story. No. They opted for a bench trial. Okay. You know, okay.
They're given a lot of sway. So look, it's difficult, but there is a review standard that you're talking about right now, and that certainly seems to be the most likely avenue. Let me ask you, if that doesn't work, how do you prepare yourself for what this is in terms of being the mother to Mackenzie.
Can I vlog and leave my opinions out? Thank you for the $2, but fuck no, Bradley. The fuck are you talking about? Go watch a video or something if you don't want to be in a live stream. It's not a vlog, it's a live stream. Appreciate the $2 though. Bradley's over here tripping. Anyways, let's keep going. I don't have time for him.
Shirilla, how long she'll be in there, what that'll be like, what it means.
I actually do have to move a little bit faster because I have to upload this video. So he's probably kind of going to get what he wants. But at the same time, fuck you. I'm going to move at my own speed. Thank you very much. I appreciate the two, though. Big shout out to you.
Means for your life. How much thought do you give to that?
So Mackenzie and I would talk about it all the time. She knows that with even what's happened to her and the other families, and she's alive, which she struggled with. She had survivor's guilt pretty hard. Like, why am I healing so fast? Why can I walk? Why is this? Why can I do this? She was struggling with that a lot. But she knows she's blessed. She knows she's blessed and has a lot to be thankful for.
Appreciate you, Bradley Hill, for another $2 super chat. Voice is annoying. Need speech classes. You voice is annoying. You need a fucking grammar class, my boy. You know what I'm saying? But thank you again for the damn $2, man. Shit. Just another big two for the big AG Tactical Squad. Appreciate you. You need dumbass.
She is alive, and she knows that, she's going to be, we're going to get through this. We will get through this. We've gotten through every bad day to this point, and we'll get through every bad day until it's over. Like I keep
She's over here talking like she's gonna, man, listen, every day's a bad day for you. Hold on. Let's go back here. Hold on.
We'll get through this. We've gotten through every bad day to this point.
We've gotten through every, bro, listen. I swear, you know, the one issue with Mackenzie, bro, is she's never gonna learn anything because they're pumping into her brain that she did nothing wrong. Everything she's done up until this point, right? Everything she's done up until this point was either in the right or somebody else was in the wrong. Like it's the rest of the world that's the problem. It's not you. That's crazy. I mean, that's a crazy philosophy to have. I'm not gonna lie.
And we'll get through every bad day until it's over. Like I keep telling her, I said, Kenzie, there's a sentence. Everything's going to be okay in the end. And if it's not okay, it just means it's not the end, but it's going to be okay. And we're going to get through this. We'll be okay.
You said the super chats are coming from stolen cards, Bradley? Then you're a fucking bum. Okay, congratulations. You're a fucking bum. Do you live in your mom's basement? Jesus Christ. Like, that's not something I would want to flex, bro. That's not a flex, gang. I would keep that to myself. The fuck?
We'll be okay.
How hard is it for you to believe that?
My family is very close. We're very close and very, very strong and very connected. And none of us will ever leave anybody.
Send another super chat and rebut that, why don't you? They're all stolen cards, right? Jesus Christ, what a fucking loser. Jesus. All right, I'm gonna stop entertaining it. Jeez. But damn, he's a fucking loser. You said Bradley is Bubba? Probably. Bubba's over here campaigning for Mackenzie. God damn. Anyways, I feel kind of bad. Bro spent $10 trying to talk shit. I mean, good for you, I guess.
Behind it, we're going to make sure that we're okay. So we'll be okay. We'll be okay. And we'll make sure that we're okay.
The effort or lack of effort that has been done so far, trying to refresh recollection, trying to see if with time and different types of treatment there can be recall of the events of that night.
Mm-hmm.
Have you done anything to pursue that avenue of treatment?
I don't know if I can. So before she was arrested, she wanted to go get hypnotized to try to remember what happened. So when you're in a car accident like that and you have a real traumatic head injury, especially if it was that fast, sometimes your brain doesn't process the memory into like a core memory type situation. Sometimes there's literally nothing
I'm not listen, I'm not here to be against the spiritual or the hypnotization or any of that shit. But that's a load of bullshit. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's a load of bullshit. I'm not buying that. And even if she got hypnotized, and I think Natalie's gonna ask the question, even if Mackenzie got hypnotized, that's not gonna stand in court. The judge is going to be like, "Oh, so how do you remember this all of a sudden?" And she's going to be like, "Oh, I got hypnotized and when my vision told me that Dom was the one who actually swerved the wheel." That you're not going to get, you know what I'm saying? But this is a wild turn of events that Natalie's going to go down. But hold on, we have a whole bunch of super chats in here. You said, "Oh shit, y'all so chicken leg." I appreciate the $5 super chat. You said, "Bradley, you look like a roast beef sandwich." You said, "RIP Dom and Davion, you both deserve so much more." Lori, thank you for the 5. Thank you, Robin, for the 2 as well. Hold on, who else do we have here? You said, "Love you." Bradley is Low Test Steve. I mean, that might be Low Test Steve's alt account. It's very possible. All right, let's keep going.
there. So she wanted to go and get hypnotized before she was arrested, and now she still does. She still talks about it all the time. I don't know. I don't even know if they can. And
Who's they?
Oh shit.
anybody
Hold
that's
on.
imprisoned, I don't know if they
Oh,
can.
you mean you don't know if someone? Of course you can, because you can do.
You said you said she remembers why she got mad and wrecked the car. She's never gonna remember that shit. I promise you. You said she didn't have a head injury according to the medical report. I mean, did she have a head injury? No, it was a whole bunch of internal shit.
A lot of hypnotists work remotely. It would
Something with her bladder, some with her kidney or some shit, but an actual head injury, I don't believe so.
be a Zoom call like this.
My only concern is, and I don't care because I know she didn't do it on purpose. I would want to be there for her because when she has a memory of that happening to Dom and Davion, that's gonna struggle. She's gonna struggle with that, and I won't be able to be there to hold her hand or like hold her. So I would need to know that she was um, in a safe place to.
It was like her feet. It was something inside of her stomach. It was all types of shit, but it was never a head injury. And then she just claimed that she had POTS and that's what wiped her memory. And POTS was like the magic side effect or the magic diagnosis that made her forget the entire instance. I'm telling you, Mackenzie's too fucking stupid to come up with an explanation, so she just prefers say she doesn't remember anything. And then she has her mom and her dad, right? She has her mom and her dad, and they're just gonna go with anything she says. Because honestly, let's keep it real, they're too scared to go against her anyway. So if she said it was the POTS, it was the POTS. If she says she can't remember, she has amnesia for the entire 100-mile-per-hour trip, then she had amnesia, right?
Scream or like we were just talking, we just found out new information that I thought that she was found with her head under the dashboard, but I thought that she was found under the dashboard on the driver's.
Aang said, "Stop. You guys are going to make me cry." You said no traumatic brain injury, selective brain injury. And listen, and that's the problem. It's too convenient.
Side. So we just
It's too
learned
convenient. Exactly. Thank you, Casual Art, for the Big 10. It's too convenient.
because remember, I'm learning that I haven't seen a lot either, so I'm kind of learning new things as other people are too. We recently learned that she was found under the dashboard on the driver's side. When she heard that, she was like, "Oh my God, I was laying on Dom for 45 minutes," and just started crying. So
So she
I
wait. So she does remember? She remembers laying on Dom for 45 minutes before the police come and rescue them?
when she heard that, she was like, "Oh my God, I was laying on Dom for 45 minutes," and just started crying.
Oh, like she heard. Okay, I hear.
So she wants to be hypnotized, but I need somebody to be there that so she's safe to scream.
You are really saying this in a serious setting, in like a professional, serious setting. Oh, she wants to be hypnotized. Bitch, do you know how you sound right now? Oh, she wants to go to the witch doctor because the witch doctor's gonna remind her what happened. Mackenzie, I mean not Mackenzie. Natalie, what are you talking about? You are on this is like the equivalent to television. You are on the internet saying this dumbass shit while everybody's already criticizing you for oh, she wants to get hypnotized. That's gonna man.
Feel when she finds out
What's up, Brittany?
anything. So it's like scary for me, but she wants to be.
Well, I mean, I understand your concern for what she would realize, but you do realize that it's the only thing
Mhm.
that can
Yeah.
really change the fact basis of what is understood right
It's her
now. And it is
remembering.
one
Right.
of the most compelling points of prejudice against her,
Mhm.
that there is a convenience to this amnesia. That the
That's
one
unfortunate.
thing that you need to know, you don't
This bitch said that's unfortunate. Oh, it is unfortunate, Natalie.
against her.
Mhm.
That there is a convenience to this amnesia. That the
That's
one
unfortunate.
thing that you need to know, you don't know.
Mhm.
And I understand the counter. I understand it. And it's compelling, which is why wouldn't she make up a story? Why wouldn't she say Dom did it or Davion did it or we all did it or this is what happened or
Right.
I had an episode? She would say something because
Sure.
it would only help her. And
That's
she
right.
didn't.
That's right.
Fair
You
point.
said, how can we get AG to interview Nat? She would never go on an interview with me. She's too pussy to do that. But I'm open for it. Um, a Galv Angel. I appreciate the membership. We have a Jess with another membership. We have Sit Down already with another membership. I appreciate each and every one of y'all, man. Hold on. We have 48 new members so far, man. I appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
But it does seem to be the only other thing that could happen here that could change the outcome, no?
I don't. I hope. Maybe I hope. If yeah, like even if it doesn't change the outcome, she still wants to do it to try to get some kind of closure in the situation. She will never, ever, ever lie and say that Dom or Davion did it. She would never do that to them. Mackenzie is painfully honest. If anybody knows Mackenzie, she's painfully honest. She would
What if it's
never,
not a
ever, ever.
lie? What if the
Well,
kids
no, she
were
wouldn't make
messed up
things
and
up.
they were screwing around?
No, well, that's what I mean. I mean, she wouldn't make something up now, is what I'm saying.
I
Because if
got you.
she just would never lie and make something up.
She just would never lie and make something up. When we've seen her lie in the police body cams, you know, a lot of people are saying like, what's the relevance of of Mackenzie's body cams aside from the whole Dominic and Davion murder? Basically, it's because you see her character. Mackenzie was lying her ass off to every person she came across. She had so many encounters with the police, and each and every time she was lying on them, saying that they were stalking her, saying that they were trying to follow her to her house. This girl is a fundamental liar.
And say that they did it because she doesn't remember. So even if let me ask you this, is the hypnotizing thing even accepted in the court system?
It wouldn't be the hypnosis, it would be the testimony.
Oh,
If she were to say, "Hey, I remember what happened,"
yeah.
and there'd have to be an explanation that would be compelling enough to be considered.
You said no, she would never tell the truth. You want a membership? Well, shit, just stay in the chat. You never know. Pattern behavior. Kinsey remembers everything but will never admit to anything. And I agree with that, Salty, but I do feel like she may have even lied to her parents, telling them like I can't remember. And Natalie and Steve, they're going to believe anything Mackenzie says, right? So I feel like they may even be lied to by Mackenzie right now.
By prosecutors / a judge,
Yeah.
if not them, because
Yeah.
obviously if they felt compelling, then they could bring it up. But that's very rare because they don't want to undo a conviction. That
Mhm.
A judge would have to find it compelling enough to warrant a new trial.
Yeah. Well, even if it has no bearing in the legal system, she has always, all this time, wants to
Yo, Sonny, thank you for the membership, Sonny.
get hypnotized. That's
Not
been
the membership, the fucking gift. Appreciate you.
a common thing. Even after, like, directly after the car accident, she was talking about being hypnotized. So even if it has no legal bearing, she's always wanted to do that just for closure, to find out what happened.
I'll check your state right now to make sure I'm right.
Okay.
But I know I am. Not as a point of arrogance. It's just it's certainly recognized, and that's because it's only a hypnotically refreshed testimony. But again, that's because it's only about the credibility, which is tested the same way any testimony would be. How it is that you refresh recollection is really besides the point.
I'm just curious because
So yeah, she could. She can get it. But look, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying that is a huge aspect of this. Why you didn't argue diminished capacity when there was THC in the system and you knew that the sample was screwed up. Some people blame your husband for that. I haven't found any basis for that. But
why?
But I'm saying I haven't found any basis for it. I just am monitoring these true crime podcasts. That's a common avenue of discussion.
Okay.
Look, we all
people blame low test Steve for the marijuana thing not being introduced. That's new to me. I never really heard about that before.
So diminished capacity would have explained.
Hold on, we're almost done. Shit, we've been streaming. How long have we been streaming? It's 6:01. We got a good 25 minutes before I have to post my video. So let's try to get through this shit.
The intent issue. It wasn't argued.
And we got new members, man. We got Fancy Flower. Shout you out. Thank you, Marcy, for the flow state. Welcome into all the new people, man. We basically have 3,000 concurrent viewers in this bitch, man. Welcome into all the folks. Make sure you hit the like button, man. Shout out all the super chatters. You've been going crazy. We have like 50 plus new members so far. Man, big shout out to you guys. Crazy live stream so far. I mean, listen, Natalie Shirilla, bro. Shit, she makes the jokes herself.
Not in any case in chief significant way by counsel, your counsel. Two, you picked a bench trial in a situation where if you wanted there to be reasonable doubt, you were really betting on a hung jury. And you took that off the table, which only makes sense if you really believed that the data, which certainly your husband does. But I got to tell you,
Let me
I
speed
disagree
this
on
up.
this. And obviously the judge sided with my perspective on it, which is 4 seconds is a long time. It's not to you and me in terms of this conversation, which I'm sure is seeming interminable to you. But in its speed, when you're going 50 miles an hour, let alone twice that, in 4 seconds, you go a long way, right? It's simple math. So the data is damning. The data only tells one story. It doesn't tell why, but it tells what was happening in that car and the lack of countermeasures, which fed a narrative. And the judge clearly believed it. So the only reason to go bench trial would be believing as counsel that.
Yo, we got Frank with a big $2 super chat. Frank spent like probably like $10, $15 already, man. Shout out Frank. Bro said get some speech classes, man. Listen, get a life, bro. The hate watchers are crazy. Listen, that has to be somebody in Ohio. That's probably Natalie's burner account. Natalie, are you there? Listen, folks, they're fighting back. They are Man, Frank, I'm sorry. Listen, I'm going to go get those classes and we're going to go even crazier on your girl, Natalie. That shit is Man, listen, why are people so butthurt about this topic? It has to be somebody in Ohio, I promise you.
The data, the science, the information is so specious that the case of the prosecution is so weak on the data, so easy to disrupt it, that the judge would have to see it in a way that the jury may not, because emotionally they want to punish. That's
Yeah.
why you would go with a bench trial. And that's why very often judges convict at a lower rate than juries, because they're not supposed to be motivated by simple vengeance.
Nah, Frank's gonna send more, trust me, because I never notice Frank unless he sends a fucking like $2 super chat. You know what I mean? So Frank is out here scrambling and scraping for them dollars and shit, shooting out them super chats. Brother, I appreciate you because I already know how the economy is. Frank ain't never sent a $10 super chat in his life, but I appreciate those two. Let's keep going.
That's not really justice. So those decisions, and then the third, Mackenzie had nothing to say in her own defense. Not that she had to, but in a case like this where people want to know.
Oh, geez, look at that! Look at that face! Look at that! Look at that sad, innocent little girl right there. Don't she look so innocent? That shit is crazy, bro.
Why did it happen? And you're the only one that could know.
Yeah.
When you don't testify, that becomes an assumption that can easily work against you, and clearly did here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, a couple things. The THC thing.
Okay, here we go. Let's slow it down because this is when she starts to get in her. This is when she starts to get into her delusional bag again.
I found that interesting too. And in the discovery, the detective in one of the police, that was the other thing. I didn't even hear these police interviews until 6 months after she was convicted. Crime Circus posted all these police body cam videos that we had never seen before. And
you said sweet and innocent my ass. Man, bro, this is anything but an innocent person. And I mean, I understand you're going to stand up for your daughter. I get it, right? But at a certain point, you need to understand when it's time to just refrain from just speaking. You didn't have to go on this interview. And what really pisses me off about this entire thing is that Steve went on this interview and they saw how they portrayed it. And Chris Cuomo's team of editors, they don't hold back, right? There was all types of edited things in that made him look really bad. So you should be able to see, like, okay, low test Steve did the interview. They painted him as a moron. We're not going to do Chris Cuomo anymore. But then lo and behold, 2 weeks later, here Natalie is. I don't understand that. I don't understand. I don't understand it.
there's a lot of information in there that puts a lot of answers to questions people have. And then you can hear how screwed up things that were said in the trial are, because where were these police interviews? I never saw these before. Did my lawyer see them? Like, I don't know. There's a lot of information in here. So in the police.
Yo, we have Age Show. Shout you out with the big 20. You said ignore the trolls. Take this money and don't read the comments. We love you. Listen, I'm just having fun. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I have so many negative comments today. It does not bother me. But in the live stream, you gotta indulge. Bro is spending money. He needs a little bit of a shout out, right? We have Dolores for the $5 super chat. We appreciate you, Dolores. Thank you so much. You said I love you guys. Thank you for the 5.
Interviews, the detective says we could have charged her with an OVI, but we wanted to go with a higher felony or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
he did. They want the highest value crime.
Well, how can you do that? If somebody's over the limit, they're over the limit.
If you believe.
Wait, over the limit of what? Hold on, let me lock in.
As we could have charged her with an OVI, but we wanted to go with a higher felony or something like that.
Yeah,
like,
he did. They want the highest value crime.
Well, how can you do that? If somebody's over the limit, they're over the limit.
If you believe.
You said drip drop flip flop. That dude's a real cool. Listen, I don't know if you guys realize, but drip drop, he kind of stopped covering this shit. I don't know if you guys realize that shit, but ever since like the whole crash documentary came out, drip drop went silent. He's covering some other shit right now, completely separate. Makes you kind of think even he don't want to be, even Drip Drop doesn't want to be associated.
At the diminished capacity, which is what we call that, THC, alcohol, doesn't matter what the substance is if it intoxicates. Um, but that intent was more than that. For instance, if I say, I'll make it very simple. If I say, that's it, Natalie, I'm mad at you, I'm going to eat your sandwich. And it turns out that I was really drunk when I said it, but all of my actions show that I had every intent to eat that sandwich. Then it becomes something that within the law, you can argue, okay, yeah, they were drunk, but this happens anyway,
Well, let me,
whether
Chris,
they're
would
drunk
you
or
have
not.
eaten my sandwich if you weren't drunk?
Shut you out, Penny.
That's what you would argue, that if you weren't
That's what I
drunk, you
mean.
wouldn't have wanted the sandwich. But you didn't argue that. Your lawyer did not argue that. You see what I'm saying? That's
I
my
don't know
point.
why.
That's something for you to ask him. He does
Oh, is
not.
she gonna cry again? Oh boy, guys, she's about to cry. Yeah. Listen, we've gone through this entire interview. She doesn't have any handkerchief, any napkin, no nothing. She uses her long sleeve to wipe her tears away constantly. And there's not a single tear that fucking drops from her face. Ain't that some shit?
He has not returned any of my messages. I'm happy to talk to him about it. I'm
Look,
happy
she's about to cry.
to talk to her friends who want us to understand that night or that relationship or that person differently. I'm here for it because again, the point of telling the untold story in these is to disrupt narrative, to help people understand the texture and the complexity of these stories, especially when there's such a big question mark. I don't believe we know why this happened. We know who did it. We know the general circumstances. We know there's criminal responsibility, but
Mhm.
why is very important.
There were just
And we
other
do
things
not know.
too that doesn't make sense to me, like with this trial. Like why didn't Jim cross-examine me? He didn't ask me any questions. I thought that was weird.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Okay, so Jim is like Mackenzie Shirilla's attorney and shit. I'm not gonna lie, it's either Jim was lazy, he wanted Mackenzie to go to jail, or he was like, or he was biased against the whole thing, and he wanted Mackenzie to go to jail because everything he did, it just kind of feels like he wasn't doing his best. I will admit, I don't know what the fuck Jim was doing. Man, he didn't bring no witnesses. He didn't examine the family. Man, Jim basically laid down, rolled on his back, and said, "Y'all have her." That's basically what Jim did.
Because the prosecution only asked me about her first situation with Potts, and then that was it. And Jim never asked me any other questions. I felt like that was very strange.
You
Um,
said he knew she was guilty. I mean, listen, I don't know. I don't know what Jim was doing, bro.
don't you think that that's strange? Wouldn't he? Why didn't he ask me
Well,
any
you
questions?
were a prosecution witness, so he would have been cross-examining his client's mother, which
Yeah.
is unusual. Usually, you would be his witness.
Oh,
But be that
well,
as it
either
may,
way,
he was certainly free to ask you questions. And again, he's
yeah.
got to tell you that was his decision. So
Why?
you have under the six.
I genuinely believe that Jim kind of just kept them out of the courtroom because they probably would have made things worse. You know, they would have came in, they would have had their emotions, they would have had outbursts. The judge would have had to kick them out. So I guess Jim was like, "Listen, bro, you guys go over there. You guys stay out because you're reserved as potential witnesses. You know, you guys have a big part to play. Just stay out here. Don't say anything." And he only did that to keep them out from ruining things and making them even worse. That's the only thing I could think about. Though, because he never, like, why would you call them as witnesses? You know Natalie's a nightmare. You know Steve is a nightmare. You've had a conversation with low test Steve. All you need is one conversation. You know he's a nightmare. Shit is crazy. You said, Natalie, I need my daily I need my daily enema. Yo, I appreciate you, Strudel. Thank you for the big $5 super chat. Everybody shout out Strudel. That's what I think happened, though.
Amendment, you have the confrontation clause. You have a right to confront your accusers, and you have a right to trial by jury. And here, you exercise neither of those. And I don't say you
I know you mean you in
indict you.
general.
I'm saying that the team.
Yeah.
So look, Natalie, unless there's something else that you wanted to ask me or that you wanted to make sure came up, I want to thank you for taking this opportunity.
I thank you too.
Okay, this is where she's about to start talking about the Carney language. We're gonna try to get through this as soon as possible. I'm gonna try to stop talking because I want to go through this segment because she's so hell bent on explaining why the the whole idea that Mackenzie asked that it was a seizure is false. Remember, she was like, "Can't I just tell them I had a seizure in Carney talk?" She tries to disprove this again on the Chris Cuomo show, and it really just looks like she memorized some shit. So check this out.
I did write some things. There's can we talk about Carney for a second? Carney talk.
Sure.
Is that okay? Do we have a second? So there's tons and tons of misinformation going on right now about this whole Carney talk thing of what she said in the hospital. Okay. So during a documentary, the prosecutor said, played a tape, and I can send you the video too if you want. And he said, she says something like, "Can we just tell him I had a seizure?" That is not what she says. And there's a lot of people that speak it and can verify it. She says, can tell him something about community service, and can you take my license away for 10 years?
So she said it wasn't the seizure when, mind you, people have been they have already decoded that language with her asking, "Can we just ask if I had a seizure?" Right? We've been knowing that. She wants to say that no, Mackenzie was asking if, "Can we just ask if I could do community service?" That doesn't even make sense. Let's keep going.
Okay. She does not say the word seizure at all. The word seizure is very hard to say. It's full of a lot of Z's. It's seizure.
seizure. Wow, that was really hard. seizure. Oh my god, my tongue almost fell off because that was so hard to fucking say. How do you say it? seizure? Oh my goodness. So difficult.
Seizure is how you say the word seizure. I think people are confusing the word seizure with the word service because she says community service. So Caesar visas is service. Seizure is seizure.
Well, what language is that?
It's Carney talk. It's Carney talk.
Look at how she smiles. She thinks it's the cutest thing in the world. It's Carney talk. It's so cute. Like, it's like, my friends, we used to do it. It's Carney talk. So proud of it, bitch. It's nothing cute about your little Carney talk bullshit language. Just being honest, especially in this context. Hold on. We have Matthew, man. Matthew, thank you for the big $10 super chat, man. Everybody shout out Matthew. Actually, Matthew sent 20. We appreciate you. You said this is my first live chat. Are there normally this many trolls? I love it. AG always listens while driving. Also, this is what? This is bought with my own card. I appreciate you, Matthew. No, we have like an influx in viewers because of the whole Mackenzie story is like super hyped up. So influx of people, more views, more trolls. You know how it is. Everybody shout out Matthew. We appreciate you, bro.
Jesus is service.
Hold on, I'm not gonna lie, I'm trying to rush through this because I only have like 5 more minutes because I have to post this thing at 6:30.
Seizure is seizure.
Well, what language is that?
It's Carney talk. It's Carney talk.
Hold on, let me back this up one more time. I just love the smile that she gives. Hold on.
With the word service because she says community service. So Caesar visas is service. Seizure is seizure.
Well, what language is that?
It's Carney talk.
It's Carney talk. It's so cute. It's carny talk.
It's carny talk. It's just it's I've always known it. My family, it's just a fun, silly little language that we used to talk to like our friends. Like if me and my friend were walking down the street and somebody was cute, and we didn't want them to hear us say he was cute, we would say he's really easy cute. Like he's really cute.
Look at Chris's face right here. She thinks this is the cutest shit in the world. Bitch, if you don't get the fuck out of here.
So it's just a fun little silly little language. But when the detective came in to and it's not sneaky, like there's nothing
She's such a strange woman, bro. I will say, she is such a strange woman.
that would be like saying people that are bilingual and speak Spanish or French or German are being sneaky when they're speaking in their different language. There's nothing sneaky about it.
No, it's a little weird, but I don't know that it's sneaky. I mean, I
So
put that under.
Look at her. She's I know. No, it's just so cute. Like it's just carny language. Like we just don't understand. Like you don't understand. It's just cute. It's like it's not sneaky. It's just like, bitch, if you don't get people with multiple dialects or multiple languages speak in that language to be sneaky. The fuck are you talking about? Have you not been around a Mexican household or some other shit to where they want to have a private conversation and they start talking in a different language? You stupid bitch. I'm sorry. But what are you really talking about? Oh, it's not sneaky. All right, Natalie. Let's keep going, though.
Spanish or French or German are being sneaky when they're speaking in their different language. There's nothing sneaky about it.
No, it's a little weird, but I don't know that it's sneaky. I mean,
So-
I'll put that under the same category as your husband's ringtone.
Sorry.
What is that?
Oh, God.
Oh, my gosh.
That guy.
Oh, my God.
That was hilarious, first of all. So that's from Adventure Time. And
Bro, this is a monster lady. Such a freaky lady. Look at how she starts laughing after this. So this is the little playback of Steve Shirilla with his weird ass shit playing, right? Look at how she laughs at that. She feels like this is the funniest thing in the world.
Sorry.
What is that?
oh, God.
Oh,
That guy. That was hilarious, first of all. So that's from Adventure Time. And my kids, we used to watch that cartoon all the time, and they love that. So that was one of his ringtones from
Yeah.
from them.
Yeah,
That's a good
yeah.
cartoon.
That's that
But
ringtone.
anyway, it's just a fun silly
That's that children's movie ringtone that a grown 59-year-old man has on his phone. No, it's just a ringtone. It's so funny. That family is a night. Have you ever played Resident Evil 4? I think that's the one right there with that psycho family. The family that's eating like the rotten food and shit. They remind me of the Resident Evil 4 family. I don't know what it is, but Natalie, she reminds me of the grandma. Shit is crazy, man. Listen, I don't want nothing to do with this family. I'm surprised Mackenzie made it this far without murdering somebody. I'm surprised it didn't happen at 15 years old. Anyways, man, listen. I'm going to come back to you guys. I got to get out of here. I got like 7 minutes left. So I got to post this damn video. But you guys stay easy, man. I appreciate all the super chatters, everybody who came out to show some love. I appreciate y'all. We have a lot to cover. This I'm pretty much done with this whole thing. You guys could go check out the Chris Cuomo project. It's like 7 minutes left of the interview. But I mean, she just continues to kind of make a dumbass out of herself. It's not much to see. We got through majority of everything. But shout out all the super chatters, man. Shout out all the new members. We got like 55 new members. I appreciate the new ones. I appreciate the viewers, the likers, everybody who's out here. And I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow, man. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. We have a lot more to cover. We have different topics to cover, but you already know I had to cover the Natalie Shirilla interview. It was a necessity. It was a must. You said AG and gang, I hope you have a great evening. I appreciate you, Pam. Who else we got? You said made you said made it till the end. I appreciate you, Heather. We love you, AG. Ella, shout you out, man. You said let's make 3K next time. Thank you, AG. Rain, shout you out, Rain. Shout you out, man. I appreciate you guys. I got 1 more minute, so I'm standing in chat for 1 more minute. You said report her to the warden and get her moved to max. Listen, bro, I don't know if she's ever gonna really get into a serious prison facility, but as of right now, Mackenzie Shirilla is living the life. I don't care what you tell me. Whatever prison facility she is in Ohio, life is good. It is what it is. And all she has is 15 years. Crazy work. You said keep up the good work, AG. Thank you so much, Pickles. We have Marley with a $10 super chat, man. Shout you out, Marley. We appreciate you big time, girl. Shout out Marley with the $10 super chat, man. Throw some hearts out for her. You said thanks, AG. Miss a 004. Thank you so much. She sounds like a kid. Oh yeah, I got a new chair, right? Hell yeah. No, I gotta give you guys the story. I'm gonna give you guys the story the next time. New chair in this bitch. Anyways, folks. All right, it's 6:25. I gotta post a video in about 5 minutes. I will see you guys very soon. I'm out of here. Peace.